Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another episode of KeMedicine. I am joined by the Pimps of Polarity, the duo of dynamism, the killers of keto, the soldiers of science, Dr. EnQi and Dr. Tanei Ricks, PhD.
The killer's a keto shit kills me every time, man. That shit is never not funny.
How? What you said?
I said the killer's a keto shit is always funny to me. Like every time you see it, it's always funny. It's never not funny.
Yeah, I'm saying we done destroyed keto on this show. What else we trying to destroy? I'm trying to destroy TRT. We taking everybody out. We got the bots in my mentions already complaining about the title. The title of this video was Serena Williams' Fat Job Jab.
Fat job.
EnQi, move to your left a little bit. Or a lot of
I
bit.
don't know if I want to slide to the left on the. I like Serena. I like Serena. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see how he framed that? You go right to the people picketing and raising hell in the chat, and then he violates Serena and then go slide into the center of the screen, EnQi, so everybody can see you real good. You know.
We love our sister Serena. We love her. We wish her the best, nothing but the best. And that's why we gotta pull on her. We gotta pull her tennis skirt right now. We gotta pull on her tennis
Athletes
skirt.
are dumb. Let me not say athletes are dumb. Athletes are not. So the thing about humans are we spend most of our time, right? The people that are able to be like, and thank you for the introduction. I always want to thank you for the warm introduction.
Absolutely. Well deserved. Well deserved.
It's appreciated. But let me say this: the people that are able to get really good at a thing, you know what I'm saying? Like just anything. It could be, video games. It could be, riding a skateboard. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be anything. Those people tend to spend most of their time, right? Being good, being great is usually just time management. It really just it just really comes down to time management. How much time did you spend doing that thing? Liking a thing or having a talent is usually just how you view spending your time doing that thing, right? Because if you don't enjoy it, chances are you're not going to be able to put in the time to be one of the great ones. So most people that are really good at something, they spent their time on that. So they're not really good at a lot of other things, right? So Serena, we seen the movie, you know what I'm saying? She was playing tennis. They wasn't really, we didn't really see like a lot of, we saw they had their good grades and, Pops was making sure they hit the books, but you know, we don't
Here are
really
two
respect
ways to
Serena for being like deep with the science and, like she plays tennis and she has we like some of the men, she has a different shape than a lot of the female tennis players, so some of us that appreciate the middle, like she got a nice little booty, so we appreciate that, you know what I'm saying, and she's pleasing to the eye for some of us that like different looks, that's she doesn't have the traditional female tennis player body. Not to trivialize her, but she just looks different. Anything that stands out grabs attention. So, she looks different. Um, Dark skinned sister, amazing tennis player, but that's where the buck stops. After tennis, after sports, especially for women, it's harder. Most men don't really dedicate themselves to raising their children. Um, most people with money don't dedicate themselves, but women have to carry children for 9 months, so it dramatically changes their body. So, post sports, post some children, she's got to figure out how to maintain um that breadwinner status, especially being the breadwinner in the relationship. She's got to maintain that status. So it's just like, Andrew Huberman and Joe Rogan and all these guys that promote AG1. The AG1 is bogus, but we get it. You gotta, get your bag.
EnQi love shitting on Joe, dog.
He stay coming after Joe.
Nah, because I'm a fan of Joe. I'm a jujitsu guy. So I've been a fan of Joe Rogan. I just, what I'm saying, the people that he brings on sometimes, like, what I'm saying, he had just a couple of people on there. That's all. We ain't gonna name no names. Like, no promo over here. You know what I'm saying? But I've done some counter video reaction / responses to some of the pineal gland, some of the crazy stuff that pops up over there. So that's not really an attack on Joe, because listen, this is what I'm saying. Same thing like Serena, right? When you get into that position, your name in and of itself is a bag. So if somebody want to pay you $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a week to plug something, promote something, or if you're trying to position yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe to get one of those bags dropped on you. Listen, we got families, you know what I'm saying? We got families, we got bills. This is where I believe we come in, because
we who?
We, like me, you, Tanei, like the people that promote education, like,
okay.
It's buyer beware. It's not really about what people are promoting as much as it's about, like, for instance, the guy that was there was a guy that was coming after Candace Owens. What's the lady name?
Yeah, Candy.
Yeah. And he was like talking about how upset he was, because she violated the Jewish community and blah, blah, blah. And he was like really presenting like this religious front where he was upset because he felt like dishonored for the culture of the Jewish community and all that. Come to find out, he was selling dildos and porno, like.
I mean, that's in their wheelhouse though. So
Listen, what I'm saying is, listen to what I'm saying.
you can pull the tape. You act like I said something that was wrong. You act like
No,
I said something
I'm
that
not
can't
saying
be
you
verified.
said. I'm not saying you said anything was wrong. But I'm just saying sometimes, like we put. What I'm trying to say is, you got to keep the lights on. However, you keep the lights on, right? And we create standards of living for ourselves. So for some of us, $1,000 a month can keep the lights on. For some of us, $10,000 a month is required to keep the lights on. For some people, it's it's 100, or whatever lifestyle people have cultivated for themselves. That's the treadmill they're running on.
Mm-hmm.
And running on that treadmill, hey, you got to keep running. You know what I'm saying? So if you positioning yourself to do some promo, or like I'm just saying. I may have said too much, but I'm just saying I may be on the opposite side of HJ when it comes to Serena Williams and her promo of GLP-1.
So in short,
There was nothing in short about all those words.
in short, Serena is to EnQi as corn is to HJ. We're not getting rid of them under any circumstances. We finna cape, we finna lobby, we finna make sure that everything is intact.
Listen, I was ready to, you know what I'm saying? I was ready to protest, ban Serena. When I seen her doing the little dance with Kendrick and all that, I was like, oh, she done violated Drake. We got to get rid of Serena. This is crazy.
But
But I mean, she one of the GOATs. I have to, I have to.
so what you're saying is you were more upset that she was crip walking on a stage with Kendrick Lamar during a Drake diss than you are with her when she pushes a dangerous drug on the rest of our black women. That's what you're saying. You're saying that you've chosen the Toronto white boy over our black queens.
Hold on.
That's what you
Don't
just said. That's what you just said.
No. I did say that, but I'm saying don't distance the crip walking from the Drake part, because I know in Hotepistan there's a lot of.
I ain't say that, but I said
that. see, don't separate the crip. You know what I'm saying? Because I have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Even if she would have been crip walking against Donald Trump or anybody, for me, Serena Williams having a crip walking moment on the major stage is problematic for me. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the opposite of what we should be doing.
Why? What's wrong
that's
with
the opposite of what we should be promoting?
The crip walk is black culture.
No, I totally disagree.
What?
I don't agree that crip walking is black culture.
Why not?
Unless you trying to use the term black in like an antithetical Taj Tariq, like if you're trying to go there and say that the black means death and idiots and illiterate, then okay, cool.
No.
But if you're talking about, like melanated people that live in America, like no, crip, no, why would that be? That's not my culture.
Community.
You can't claim Kemet. You can't say Kemet is your culture and Crippin is your culture. Like
why can't you?
Because one is the culture of life and the other one is the culture of absolute ignorant death.
No, sir.
Okay.
Community revolution and progress is what CRIP stands for.
No, that is incorrect. Community revolution and progress and brotherly love, overcoming oppression and destruction were the original tenets. But better historians than me have argued that those original movements were co-opted. You can go all the way back to Oliver North and the cocaine. You can use the snowflake season 2, season 3. You can like that. Yeah, I wouldn't even, that. Yeah, that I would say maybe in the original, idea that the gentleman that may have been trying to start those movements up, they might have had some positive ideas, but
it got a little off course. We just got to bring it back on course. But its origin.
No, sir. I'm listen. You can have it if you want it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not gonna knock Serena for GLP-1, I'm definitely not gonna knock HJ because he's pro-crippin'. If you pro-crippin',
Snoop Dogg a crip. He ain't killed nobody.
That's a perspective. See, I don't necessarily share that perspective. I feel like as a whole, people are sponsored for their impact. You know what I'm saying? Kanye was, tapped on the shoulder when he started promoting being a college dropout. So Kanye didn't have to promote going to prison like most of the people get tapped for prison or shooting and killing. And, like Kanye got the tap just for promoting dropping out of school, right? Focus on getting your money by singing, dancing, jumping, and running. And the problem with that is the people that sing, dance, jump, and run to get their money, they usually get separated from their money by somebody who went to school. So, that's where I don't, it's funny how we like to pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? Because I come from street families, like, you know what I'm saying? So I've watched the influence of the mob and, Tony Montana and Godfather and Al Capone and all those things, but we only took from those things the most negative aspect. Like
Mm.
we didn't take the fact that the mob boss puts all his nephews, nieces, and children and all that away from the street into school. We didn't pay no attention to them owning the bakeries and construction businesses, the lawyer part, the doctor part. We didn't take none of that. We just took, yo, they could shoot people and get away from it. They got all the cocaine, like we didn't take none of the right influences from those things. So, I'm gonna just agree to disagree.
We got Uncle Hotep in the chat. He over here running shenanigans. Don't pay him no mind. Don't pay him no mind. Tonight, since EnQi out here cooning and running cover.
Wow, wait a minute. You promoting cripping and I'm cooning. That's crazy.
He out here running cover for the op. Could you please tell people the dangers of this disastrous drug that Serena Williams is pushing on our beautiful black and brown queens and light skinned queens?
Damn, man, you got me feeling like fucking Nino Brown in front of G Money, dog. Like, why you gotta do me like that?
Listen, hold on. Tonight, do not fit. Listen,
Why you gotta do?
I have a whole listen. I have a whole textbook on this subject matter.
What,
We in the
crippin'?
middle. No, GLP-1 and fat loss. We have a whole entire 15-week curriculum, almost 50 classes. There's 45 classes with bonus classes, orientate. We have a full-blown curriculum around this subject, right? So I am in no way, shape, form, or fashion promoting people getting a needle, right? Like Fat Joe, so he can drink, what is that?
40.
10 six packs of canned soda.
Yeah.
Some old crazy, ridiculous. Or the other, Shannon Sharp is lining them up, looking crazy over there. You got the Wayne's brothers over there. Look, I'm in no way, shape, form, or fashion.
Is that Gucci?
And I take it away from him.
That's a nice blazer. Yeah. That's a nice blazer. Is that Gucci? That's Gucci, right?
Oh man.
I just don't see the timing of that question there, sir, when you already know what's. But I think Tanei wants to go ahead with the GLP-1.
I'm just saying it looks sharp. It looks sharp. I ain't never seen it paired with the V-neck t-shirt, but it's cool. I like the Gucci shit fire.
It was never, all I can say is it was not sponsored by GLP-1 products or cripping.
But maybe Drake. Since that's the hill you're willing to die on for our black queens out here. That's crazy. He chose Drake.
How you try to take us, how you just try to reduce your promo of crack cocaine and heroin in the community?
Now, Chad, you see these two.
No. HJ promoting.
Now, y'all
promoting crack cocaine.
I want y'all to see what's going on right now. I want y'all to see. I want y'all to see what's going on.
A lot of kids went to college with cocaine. So let's ease up on the cocaine slander.
What?
Huh? A lot of gangsters put their kids through college with cocaine.
GLP-1s. Okay, so we're talking about GLP-1s. So essentially, all right. So Serena, she got the tap on the shoulder. The overlords then came in and like, hey, we need you to promote this. And it's kind of ingenious too, because it's like you got one of the most accomplished athletes, just probably the GOAT female tennis player of all time, can't argue one of just the best all-around tennis players of all time, one of the best athletes of all time. that's taking a weight loss drug. And so, there's always this online discourse about, oh, are GLP-1s cheating? Oh, you didn't lose weight the natural way. So you got all these little bullshit arguments online. And, however you got to get it is how you got to get it. But it's interesting
Wait, what
that,
just happened?
what you mean, what just happened?
Wait, hold.
What? However you got to get it is however you got to get it. What?
So for clarity, are you pro GLP-1 drug?
Okay, wait. Who said I was pro anything? I'm making the argument. Let me finish making my argument. So, however you gotta get it, however you gotta get it. But the GLP-1s, we already know what's going on with them. We already know what the program is, and essentially, this is a marketing play, and it's a really ingenious marketing play. So this goes along the lines of making the skeleton dance. So there's an old marketing tactic that you can use where you know that something is bad, but you purposely bring out something. You put the bad thing on display, right? So all the side effects about GLP-1s are out there, but you put something out there in front of it intentionally to make it seem less bad. It's like, yeah, we do this, but look, we got this tennis player using it. So obviously, if the tennis player is using it, it has to be good. Like there's nothing wrong with it, right? You have a world-class athlete that's using it. So why wouldn't you use it? So this is an old marketing tactic. But we're seeing once you come off of the stuff, you gain the weight right back. All these lawsuits are starting to come out. I mean, it's you get what you pay for. I mean, the pharmaceuticals. I was talking about this in my class today. We started the semester today. And I'm telling them like, look, drugs are not good or bad. They just are. They do a thing. They do the thing that they're designed to do, and beyond that, it's on you to decide whether or not the therapeutic value of you taking it is worth the side effect of you taking it, because all drugs are going to have side effects, period. So that's what you have to weigh as a person that has free will to do all these things. Am I going to tell you to do it? No. But at the same time, it's contextual for what you want to do.
So,
Well, let me say this. Oh, okay.
no, go
Before
ahead.
you
Go
go,
ahead.
April, because I just did a class, right? Week 6, day 1, right? We just started week 6, and we were talking about the electron transport chain, and we were getting into some nuance, spaces. But here's the thing that I think it's important for us to remember when we're talking about the idea of promo, because I think the GLP-1, like there's multiple aspects, and so the reason why I'm like, okay, well, it's Serena, so I'm not going to hit Serena for getting the bag, because I could separate the business from the, like, we've seen a lot of people come into the public and promote things publicly that they don't have in their own kitchen. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, and this even goes into the TRT, and this just goes into all of the spaces when you live in a free commercial market, free commercial enterprise. It is always buyer beware. It is always buyer beware. A lot of people appreciated the class that I just did, week 6, day 1, because I was talking about cigarettes, and largely this same topic. And the topic is, oh my God, hold. What? Turn that down.
We can't hear it.
Oh, you can't hear it?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, they are blasting some Babytron Detroit rap. I'm about to fight these children. But anyway, my point is that I was driving home the idea that cigarettes, the sales force of cigarettes were the doctors. The sales force of cigarettes were the doctors. The sales force of cigarettes were the hospitals. The sales force of cigarettes were the scientific journals. So having a short memory span, or not even a short memory span, but just never knowing any of this at all, hurts people in their decision-making ability today, because most of what we hear it's always, well, we got the science backed, blah, blah, blah. We got the science backed, blah, blah, blah. And what people have to understand is that science backed sales and marketing is only really, really powerful to illiterate people that do not understand science. It is a tool for the lazy. It is a tool for the unread. It is a tool for the illiterate and ignorant, because you don't know how your own body works. So you don't know how short-term, long-term impact of, something is going to have on your body. So what you do is you outsource and you go, oh yeah, well, this is doctor said blah blah blah. Or you got people coming out saying, well, I'm a doctor and I'm also a bodybuilder and I'm this is what I'm saying, right? Boo, boo, boo. And you go, well, hold on. How many people are saying that cigarettes are healthy in 2025? Because the entire cigarette business was done on the shoulders of doctors. And when it changed to actors, it was usually actors in movies playing roles of doctors that was introducing cigarettes. So we gotta put that, we gotta use that in our, like, we cannot erase that history, that in a free market anybody's liable to just, run promo. We have to study our body. We got to study the science so that we learn how to take care of ourselves, and we learn, who we are, what our goals are, and we do things that's in alignment with that. Outside of that, we can't blame nobody else.
Okay. GLP-1. I feel like we've gotten a little ahead of ourselves here. GLP-1, the majority of the audience doesn't know what a GLP-1 is. They don't know what the receptors is. They don't even know what fat is. Okay, so let's have EnQi give us the street level view, and then Tanei come in and tell us all about the chemical compounds, the complicated talk.
Okay, so the street level view of GLP-1 agonists, right? The street level view of GLP-1 agonists.
Right.
Okay, so first things first, we start off with agonists, right? Agonist is something that's agitating or activating something.
Like an antagonist.
Right. So the first thing we should be able to pull from the term GLP-1 agonist, right, is that whatever this is, it is activating a receptor that we already have in our body. We already have these receptors. So it's not a
creation.
It's not something that's being created.
Right.
We already have the receptors. So the first thing we should ask is, why do we have these receptors? If we have these receptors, there's probably natural compounds that either is supposed to be in our food or that our body synthesizes on its own to utilize these receptors, right? So the street view of GLP-1 agonists, I would frame in comedic naturopathy, right? Comedic naturopathy is a whole entire course on herbs and natural modalities, right? The blueprint from the original medical papyri before there was a Western academia, before there was a medical doctor, before there were medical schools to certify anybody. We had the papyri from Kemet. And so the main thing there was to stimulate the body's natural, fundamental core systems to get back into what will be called ma'at, or what we would call balance, or in the holistic space, homeostasis, right? Back into alignment. Now, because our health and our fitness has been confused, and we believe health is fitness and fitness is health, most of the people that are looking to be healthy are looking at the fitness, performance fitness folks who are driving them to either a keto-based diet or a carnivore-based diet, right? In the keto paradigm, there's no fiber. There's no fiber in the keto paradigm. There's no fiber in the carnivore paradigm. There's no fiber in the paleo paradigm. Fiber is your natural source for GLP-1 agonist activity. So a diet high in fiber has natural GLP-1 agonists, so you never ever have to outsource that past your natural systems. But the whole idea of drugs is I'm not gonna say the whole idea of drugs, but these recreational and cosmetic drugs are to lighten the burden of living a unnatural lifestyle, right? So if you live an unnatural lifestyle, you have unnatural practice, unnatural routines, unnatural diet, in order to keep your body functioning as if it is in a natural rhythm, it's going to need some help. So because photosynthesis is the natural system of creating food on this planet, and we have chosen to follow man instead of the creator. And so we are now trying to opt out of the photosynthesis food chain. We want to still get the benefits of the photosynthesis food chain because the photosynthesis food chain provides us with GLP-1 agonists. So that would be the street version. The street version would be to go back to Kemet and the Kemetic naturopathy and read up and figure out like how to get us back into Ma'at, back into balance, homeostasis, get everything working as it was designed.
I mean, honestly, that's kind of like I guess the academic view too. A lot of the things overlap. GLP-1 just stands for glucagon-like peptide 1 agonist. And so it's series of hormones in the insulin, ghrelin, leptin kind of triad, regulates blood sugar. It reduces the amount of hepatic glucose that you make, so your body can regenerate glucose through gluconeogenesis in your liver, gluconeogenesis, new glucose production. So when your body needs glucose, it can make it from your liver, or your liver has glycogen stores that it can break down and then release glucose into your blood. So GLP-1 agonists increase insulin production, decrease hepatic glucose release. And so essentially it just regulates your blood sugar and makes it so that sugar goes into your cells. And it also so that decreases your appetite. And so essentially, like EnQi said, just doing the same thing that fiber does. When you have a diet that's rich in fiber, it also stimulates these GLP-1 pathways. It also makes it so that it suppresses your appetite because you get these satiety signals that lets your body know, hey, you don't need to eat anymore. We're just gonna get this slow drip of glucose coming from the food. And so you're just mimicking that with a needle in the same way that you would mimic you would mimic estrogen production with birth control pills and things like that. So you're taking over these hormonal cascades with something that's exogenous versus endogenous. But like EnQi said, if you have a drug that's affecting a system in your body, there's already a natural agonist for it. And so you should probably just err on the side of getting the natural agonist to work, or getting your body to respond to the natural agonist again versus bringing in something that's exogenous.
So the substitute for the Serena jab is what? Fiber?
Yeah.
Natural fiber. So more fiber, more fat loss?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. So before we keep saying fiber, right? Because I know we got a lot of different people watching, different levels of understanding.
Because they're going to go to the
And
store, they're going to get that cereal box that says high in fiber on it
right,
from,
or they're
from
gonna
Definitely high in
Kellogg's.
right,
fiber.
or even worse, they're gonna go get Metamucil. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that's not. So fiber is basically plant tissue. Like it is the body of the plant. It is the structural material of the plant. So when you eat almost every single natural food that comes from the earth, there's going to be some degree of fiber, whether you're dealing with plants, vegetables, grains. As long as they're not processed, you're going to get some amount of fiber. But if you go on a keto diet, which, a strict keto diet doesn't really include any produce, there's no fruits, there's no veggies and things like that in the keto. If you're going strictly carnivore or paleo, they don't include a bunch of vegetables and fruit. They tend to call them carbs and group vegetables and fruits with cookies and cupcakes and ice cream as things that you want to stay away from. So there's a bunch of long-standing issues, with long-term health as opposed to some quick fixes to some of these abnormal diets. You know what I'm saying? Like none of those extreme diets are, what I would recommend for long-term health. And we haven't seen any 100-year-old, we haven't seen any blue zone cultures on that. Like we haven't seen any blue zone cultures on that. We've seen some plant-based blue zone cultures, and we've seen some people that eat, a pretty mixed diet. You know what I'm saying? Fish, red meat, chicken, fruits, vegetables, but we haven't really seen like paleo folks living to be 100. We haven't seen keto folks living to be 100. We not in culture anyway, not groups of people. So it's duplicatable patterns. We haven't seen TRT people. We haven't seen needle pill people. Like we haven't seen any of that. Typically, the people that live to be 100, in groups, because you always have the one here, the two there, but in groups where it's a pattern, typically those are people who have, high levels of exercise. They keep their metabolism, high. They exercise purposely or rather formally or informally, a good bit. And, they get a good bit of protein, fat, and carbohydrate into their diet every day. Typically, there's a lot of nutrients in their calories. It's not necessarily calories devoid of nutrients. And, that's what the creator says. Right? That's what the creator says. That's what Kemet says. That's what the Bible says. That's what the scientific statistic documentation says. And so I would go with, the proof being in the pudding as opposed to any of these trendy ideas about replacing natural substances with injections. And like even the cannabis people, like, we spent a good time talking about smoking this weekend. A lot of people talk about cannabinoids and they pull up research like, yeah, the cannabinoids, and the cannabinoids is good for your inflammation and blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. That 90% of that research is not talking about smoking blunts. Like that research is talking about because your body produces cannabinoids. So it's not even talking about exogenous cannabinoids really at all. It's about internal cannabinoids. When you have the right balance of omega-3 and omega-6, your body produces cannabinoids by itself. You don't need edibles or weed to smoke for cannabinoids to be produced in your body. That comes from combination of healthy fats. You know what I'm saying?
But blunt guts is high in fiber.
I don't know anybody that eats the blunt guts, just in case, you know, for the people that may not understand what, you know, like blunt guts is the when you break the cigar and you throw the inside of the cigar onto the ground. Yeah, that is the cyanide loaded
I don't know if you know this, but I got a new cooking show, EnQi.
well, if you got a cooking show, we got to have the kitchen chemistry books. We got to come onto the show with the kitchen chemistry books.
Yeah, I don't know if that's tomorrow we doing Mexican Chipotle. We doing Chipotle tomorrow. You got anything in there for Chipotle?
Of course. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got recipes in there?
Oh, man. This is crazy.
You got cooking recipes, like, you know, like you got recipes?
I got chemical recipes.
Here we go with this shit. It's just gonna take me a whole damn
Listen,
undergrad degree just to make my dinner with your book.
Not at all.
No?
No. Not at all. No, but you will learn something from the book that you wouldn't be able to learn anywhere else. Because see, look, that part right there, I need to find a way to clip that 2 minutes right there. Because that part right there is the whole entire reason why you titled the video the way you titled it, why we having the whole problem with the GLP-1 woo whoop, because we're concerned with, well, I just want to taste my tacos and woo woo. And then so that allows people to take advantage of the fact that we don't understand the ingredients of the tacos. And so now they can come in and sell us things that culturally we should be getting from our taco, but we probably not.
Like what?
Right? So now they can sell us an injection and do GLP-1 woo 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 when we should be, you know, we should know about tacos because we know taco from Spanish folks, you know, Mexicans.
Right. Jose
right.
and them.
Well, they have a high fiber diet naturally and traditionally, and they have a high pepper intake traditionally. So those two things right there are loaded with medicinal qualities that via processing, because people can now go to the supermarket thanks to the Lakers and LeBron and, you know, other places that have been promoting it, Taco Bell, and they can go to the supermarket and get the processed taco ingredients, and they can slap that taco together in about 10 minutes. They can slap together tacos for the whole family in 5-10 minutes, but that's not the same as what the Mexicans was originally doing when they was building tacos from scratch and putting them things together with the love. We got to realize our ancestors come from a place where they didn't need a saying called "let the food be medicine" or it just was that way. Kemet was the first place to hybridize foods. This is one of the things I'm trying to get folks to understand. Kemet was on record, Kemet is the first place to hybridize foods, and they hybridize foods specifically to increase medicinal properties. That's the whole reason why we have watermelon today, is because they realized there was a problem with blood pressure and diabetes and things like that. And so they took this melon that had medicinal qualities, but it didn't grow so well. It tasted horrible. And so they hybridized what we know of today as a watermelon that has, I mean, a plethora of the natural nutrients that people with diabetes and high blood pressure and all of these different things they need. That's a big green pill right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So a lot of these traditional meals, if we get back to the roots of them, they medicinal. And all I'm trying to do is just give people back those tools like, hey, hold on. not only can tacos be delicious, but tacos could eliminate some of that medication. Yeah, and some of the recreational injections that somebody might be trying to sell you, because that's the plant business. They take the nutrients out of the food and put it in the medicine cabinet. So now, they taking the plant, and instead of us being able to just buy a plant, right? Because a part of this conversation is because I gotta ball on a budget. I got to keep everything as inexpensive as possible, right? So
Except for
I
that
want to be
Gucci
able to make
jacket.
one purchase, sir. I want to be able to make one purchase. I want to be able to make one purchase and make that stretch as far as it can go. So I don't want to buy food with the missing nutrients, and then I got to go buy to the GNC and get the nutrients that was supposed to have been in my taco, and then go somewhere else after that's not working and get, pay Ashton Hall $600 to run up. Like, I don't need it. You know what I'm saying? It's much more simple than that.
Tanei, did you watch my cooking show?
Yeah.
What'd you think of my cooking show, man?
Oh man. Okay, so I don't know why you didn't prep that shit beforehand, first of all, but it looked like the ladies got you together.
Yeah.
They got your spreadsheet working. So,
Yeah.
and the boosters got you out here dancing with 50. So I mean, hey, I think it's a win-win for everybody. I'm excited to see the Chipotle stream tomorrow. I think that's gonna be a perfect corollary to pop the balloon. So,
Oh, that's right. Pop the balloon tomorrow. That's
yeah,
right.
we in there.
So, what I want to do is I want to make this a KeMedicine meal tomorrow. So tomorrow we having Chipotle, right? Now we're gonna come back to the GLP-1 conversation in a second. Glam, I don't think I'm gonna do any meat with this. Okay, I think I want to make this a vegan thing.
All right, so if you're going the vegan route, then you can definitely get like the protein and the fiber, the beans and the lentils, just off top. That's where you're gonna get you some good protein, you can get you some good fiber in there.
Do chickpeas?
Chickpeas too, yeah.
Listen, I think if you create a good foundation of ingredients, right, and season them well, because seasoning is important. There's a lot of medicinal properties in the season.
I was seasoning yesterday, boy. Boy. Today I made seasoned butter.
Okay, I'm gonna just keep moving forward. So what I'm saying though,
I put some garlic powder, some Italian seasoning, a little bit of pepper, and some some of that Himalayan salt. You know what I'm saying?
Why is your arm going like this? What is happening with your arm?
That's how you gotta put the salt in there.
But here's what I'm saying. Look, I don't think that you have to make it like, I don't think you have to specify vegan. I think
just no meat.
No, I think that people could do, like, if you make a good taco, right, and you put together.
We're doing a bowl. No tacos.
Okay, taco bowl.
Burrito bowl.
Yeah, if you do a good burrito, soft versus hard.
Pause.
Right? But what I'm saying is, if the ingredients,
the fresh salad, nigga.
Right. If the ingredients is right, you could leave the door open to people adding meat. Yeah, it just, I mean, after the soft and the hard, it just, But my point is they can add animal protein.
There we go. go.
You can leave the door open for them to add their animal protein not.
Door open to add in meat. That was crazy. Door open to add in meat.
Yeah, they can leave the door open to add animal meat.
That was crazy. Oh man, did you hear the new Ghostface album, EnQi?
I did not. But
I did see, it's album of the year, bro.
So he didn't even get that.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I did see a clip of host interviewing Big Daddy Kane. I thought that was classic in the making right there.
Who?
Big Daddy Kane?
No, who hosted that?
Ghost was doing an interview. It was just a
Oh,
one-on-one.
yeah, I did see that. Yeah. That was a
Yeah,
few weeks
yeah,
ago. Yeah.
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 That was classic.
So my bad. So you said no animal protein on the burrito bowl. And so what do we
No. What I was saying was, if you do a good, if you got good ingredients, I don't think you have to alienate the meat people. Like, cause you was like, I'm gonna just do it, make it a vegan thing. And I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? A good bowl, once it's a good bowl, it's a good bowl. You ain't doing nothing but throwing a few slices of chicken or fish or whatever your meat, whatever you like on top of the
right.
that's the thing from the gate. Like, people don't realize maybe that the taste and the flavor of food comes back to aromatic amino acids. Like, that's where all flavor begins. Aromatic amino acids. That's why it's always a conversation of light, electricity, and magnetism. Aromatic amino. That's why the most of what you taste is the smell, and smell is aroma. Aroma, aromatic. Like, that's literally the root of that. So even when people eat meat, whether they eat salad, whether they eating pasta, grains, rice, seasoning is what brings the food to life. You got to add the plants. That's what's going to add the taste to it. And yeah, I think that, regardless, once you build a nice bowl or you build a nice taco,
So
where
how do
people
you
go from there is on their own.
if you were to make this, we want to go high protein tomorrow without killing the animals. How would we go high protein with this bowl?
How would you go high protein? I think that Tanai had it right. We would just go with the pulse. The pulses of the culture. The
The
pulse of the
beans?
culture. Yeah.
Yeah, we got the beans. We got the beans in here. The beans is in the it's in my grocery list. The ladies made me a grocery list.
You get some yellow lentils, some red
See,
lentils.
but that's what I'm trying to say. Kitchen chemistry, the kitchen chemistry book is the shopping list. That literally is the subtitle of the book.
But
It's the shopping list. Go to the supermarket with
but
the
this,
book, and then you straight.
but the recipe has a different shopping list. It has its own shopping list. I don't.
That's what I'm saying. We might have to clothesline, like we might, some of those things on that shopping list might be, that's what I'm trying to get you together here, sir.
The shopping list is fire. Let me tell you. We got limes, we got lemons, we got cilantro, we got bell peppers, red onion, we got garlic, we got lettuce, we got that basmati rice.
Hold on. That basmati rice might need to go on back to the shelf. That's number one.
What?
Number two,
You can't make Chipotle without basmati rice.
What kind of lettuce?
Shredded lettuce.
Okay, so we don't even know what kind of lettuce. Okay, keep on going then. Let's just keep on flowing.
He tried to take the basmati rice. What type of rice we supposed to put in here?
I mean, you said high protein. That would not be basmati.
So what would you do?
If we're going high protein, I would go with like a steamed brown rice.
All right, we going basmati. The basmati tastes better.
I'm not gonna argue that. Not gonna argue that. The basmati may taste better and may be easier to cook.
Yeah.
But if protein, then we might want to go. Yeah, we might want to go brown rice, or we might want to just go quinoa. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, sir.
Okay.
The quinoa. We got all right. All right. So let's keep going. I've had quinoa before. You know what I think? I got quinoa fatigue because when I was a Dr. Sebi acolyte, nigga, I was fucking that quinoa up. I think I fucked the quinoa price up around the world the way I was eating quinoa out here. I'm quinoa fatigue, yo. Black beans or pinto?
Okay, so I wouldn't use the term or.
Both?
Yeah, if you're going high protein, you should have at least, I would say at least 3 to 6 different types of pulses.
Okay. Um, one frozen bag of roasted corn.
Move on, sir. Come on now. Just stop trolling.
That's
Just
what it
move on.
say.
Just move on.
That's what it say. One can of
All right, come on, man.
chipotle peppers in adobo. What is that? Where do you get
This
that?
is getting wild. That's why I said y'all need listen. I promise you, on the kitchen chemistry shopping list, there's no cans of anything or frozen packages of anything. We're gonna go to the produce section and get the items and then season them to taste fresh.
Wait, what is chipotle peppers in adobo, chat? What is that? Is adobo the brand?
You never seen them joints before in the store?
No, I have no idea what this is.
You gotta go to the actual Mexican aisle, like the ethnic aisle. They have them. This like canned chili peppers.
Oh, they're canned chili peppers. Are they made by adobo?
Mexican culture in a can.
No, there's not. So adobo is a brand,
right? So
yeah,
it's
but
adobo.
the chili peppers can have different brands too.
Different
and
brands.
then there's unless you're talking about adobo seasoning, you can have adobo seasoning, but the chili peppers that you're looking for, they're actually in the can.
So there's different brands of adobo chili peppers.
I mean,
no, the chili peppers are independent from the adobo. The chili peppers themselves, like the chipotle peppers, they're their own kind of pepper. And what I'm saying is you can buy them in different brands, adobo, and then you can get adobo seasoning.
But that's not what she said. She said one can of chili peppers in adobo.
I ain't never seen it like that. I've always seen them in
the frozen bag. In the frozen bag.
Just chipotle peppers.
Chad, am I doing this right?
No, you got the iceberg lettuce with the frozen veggies and the canned peppers. Okay, keep it going. Listen, I tried to say just get the kitchen chemistry book with the proper shopping list, sir.
That's not a thing, Adrian. All right. Garlic powder.
Okay. Let's get back on track. I'm a fan of all things garlic.
Ground cumin.
Okay. Let's go with the Egyptian. Let's go right from the tombs of Tutankhamun.
To what?
To your taco. Come on now, keep it going.
Oh, oregano. That's in King Tut there too.
No, we rolling though. The oregano is powerful. I love oregano.
Black pepper. Salt.
I knew we was going down the hood pathway when you started with black pepper. I knew we was leaving medicinal land. I know we was going right to, because we start at black pepper, then we add table salt. Then next thing you know, we just slashing MSG everywhere. Just
I got the pink Himalayan salt though.
You gotta stop doing that with your elbow. Listen. Gordon Ramsay would clothesline you and the lady that put that shopping list together the moment you pull out a frozen bag of anything. He would clothesline you, knock it right off the tape. That just as soon as you pull out the canned veggies with the frozen clothesline, bang, like this. So don't say that's KeMedicine. KeMedicine, kitchen chemistry books available on Amazon. Frozen packages. We explicitly said that the frozen the processed plants is part of the problem.
So where do we get the corn at?
I'm gonna go ahead and let Tanei handle this one.
No, he asked you. He asked you.
No, sir. I gotta sidestep.
There's only
you know
one person,
HJ be
listen, there's only
trolling.
one person on this panel that got a problem with corn, and
No,
I'm pretty
no,
sure that the
no.
reason why that question got asked is
Right.
because of the ops and the corn. So
No.
I'm not the corn op.
Right.
I'm not the corn op.
Well, then you would be the person that could tell him where to get delicious, nutritious corn at, because I have no idea where to purchase any delicious, nutritious corn at.
I'm confused.
Listen, the corn that enters my house is grits. That's it. I can't help you beyond that.
Listen, last week, chat, we talked about green peas, and I said, okay, which green peas do I get? And EnQi said, go to the freezer section and get the frozen peas. We flash to the next week. He's telling us, don't get the frozen peas. Is it Uchi Wally Wally or is it one Mike?
I'm going to go with one Mike. I'm going to go with one Mike. HJ is trolling.
You said get the frozen peas. I said I love green peas. Which one should I get? And you said go to the frozen. Now I'll get the frozen peas.
I don't remember the context of that. We need a little Woody clip.
Oh man, the boosters, man. I hate they gotta do it to you, EnQi, but
I do not recall.
The boosters gonna find it.
I do not recall.
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
I do not recall.
The boosters gonna recall.
I do not recall. You see, Young Thug, they got Young Thug on the stand telling, I do not recall.
All right. Chicken broth or stock?
Okay, now hold on. Because you are confusing me a little bit. Because I was the one who said, leave the door open for meat. You said you was doing a vegan thing. So how does chicken broth fit into the vegan platter?
Well, we're not eating the chicken. It's just the stock, I guess. It's just chicken juice.
Okay, so it's just like the blood and the fat and the extract of the cells in the blood and all that. Just the liquid from the juiced chickens. Oh my God, listen. You sound just like my mom's. Me and my mom's done had so many conversations. I had to just back up off my mom's and just respect my mom's gangster, bro. I would hit my mom's up. She'd be like, boy, I told you I done went vegan. I ain't got nothing in my fridge, but I got them crab legs and I got them whiting in there. I got some of them fish and some of that crab legs. So I've been on vegan this whole time. I'm like, Ma, them things is not vegan. What you talking about, boy? That's all vegan. That's all that healthy. Yeah, you know how much I done paid for them crab legs? I'm like, okay, Ma, I'm gonna tap out.
Listen, the difference between Mama EnQi and HJ is one of these people is clearly doing that for content, and one of these people clearly think they doing the right thing. So we gonna have to give Mama EnQi a pass.
Guacamole. Pico de gallo.
Okay, guac is a definite must-have. It's a definite must-have, but there's a definite difference between the $1.99 guac and the $4.99 guac. And there's a happy medium somewhere around $3.49, but somewhere past $3.49, it becomes advantageous to just get you a couple avocados and get busy yourself.
I don't know how to do all of that.
What you mean? You got the powder, you got the garlic powder, you got the cilantro, you got the pepper.
So we making fresh guac tomorrow?
What are y'all? Ho. Because he turning his face up and making fresh guac. What are y'all doing on a cooking program if not cooking? Like, what are y'all? Is it an eating program or is it a cooking program? What are y'all doing over there? Because we trying to help folks to lose weight. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure out, as HJ just in capital trolling mode, he said, oh, well, EnQi and Tanei trying to get people to lose weight. So what we gonna do is we gonna have an eating program where we
No,
just
it's a dancing program. That's what's going on over there.
How do I know when the guacamole plant is ripe?
the guacamole plant.
You ain't trying to hide it no more. You gotta like make it. You gotta make it convincing. Like
Yo, that's crazy right there.
Not trying at all right now. Like you just off the top rope with it. You're not even trying to be convincing. Like you know this is crazy. You know what you're asking right now is crazy.
I just say I don't know how to pick it off the guacamole tree, man.
Okay, so there's a guacamole tree. So what I would say is there are a lot of good books out there on guacamole trees. So,
no. Say this shit now.
Yeah. You at a certain point, you just got to roll with it. Like you just got to. So I would say the best thing to do is
I gotta buy a whole book.
At least one book on the guacamole trees.
Sir, I don't have time. We cooking this tomorrow. I ain't got no time. This nigga EnQi answer for everything is go buy a book.
Well, I would say get the guacamole tree specialist. I'm sure they have a YouTube channel where they can show, guacamole trees on YouTube. I would love to see how they look. And then the fruit of the guacamole trees would be amazing. So
right. I'll ask the Google demons how to tell which one's ripe or not.
Yeah.
It can't be that hard to make guac. You probably just mush it together and then throw seasoning in there.
The guacamole fruit.
Yeah. Yeah, you just peel the guacamole fruit, take the seed out, and we Gucci. You know what I'm saying? So all right, so we doing pretty good. Let's look at the prep. Slice the bell peppers and onions. Okay. Chop up the cloves. Okay.
Okay.
There's a marinade. What is the marinade for? Is that for the chicken? So I don't even need half of this shit if we're not making the chicken. So how do I make the rice banging? Or do I soak? Oh, I could probably soak the beans in the marinade. Oh, that's probably fire, right?
It sounds like it.
Wait, so what are you doing with the beans? Are you getting them out the can or are you cooking them?
I'm getting them out the bag.
Tonight.
Hey, how is he gonna get fresh beans tomorrow? How is he gonna get fresh beans tomorrow? That's a question that needs to be answered.
I'm gonna get them out the bag. They got a bag of beans, right?
Oh my goodness!
I don't think he know.
Know what?
He don't. That's why I told you that's an eating show. They not cooking. Beans takes a while. The fastest beans. Lentils is pretty quick, right? Lentils is pretty quick. Lentils maybe.
Oh, I gotta soak the beans overnight.
Yeah, if you rocking with beans, like beans take a while, especially if you're talking about black beans and beans.
So we getting canned beans tomorrow then.
That's you getting wild, bro. Crazy.
I ain't got time tonight to go to the store. Next week we'll soak the beans. We'll soak the beans next week.
Yo, this what y'all should do tomorrow. What y'all should do tomorrow is just go to Chipotle. Y'all should just go to Chipotle, seriously, and do like a mukbang. Y'all should just go to Chipotle and get a few different items from Chipotle and just bring them back to the house and eat them. And then have one item that you can open and just break down the ingredients on the camera and just be like, oh, look, this was in there, woo-woo. And then have the ones wrapped up, still nice and warm that you can eat and enjoy after you break down the ingredients. And then tell people, next week coming up, we're going to make this all ourselves. We're going to show you how we make these things and take the camera to the supermarket so they can see y'all in the produce section getting some stuff and all that, putting it together.
I know somebody told you had to get beans. You had to cook them for more than one day. No,
I figured I could soak them like, for an hour and they'd be all right.
He's getting guacamole from the guacamole tree. So clearly.
We can make guac tomorrow, chat.
This is the process.
That'll be the project tomorrow. Fresh guac. So here's what I'll do. I'll make a marinade, but I'll soak the canned beans in them so the beans got extra,
You say that again? You're going to soak the canned beans in the marinade?
Yeah, I'll just take the beans can's going to have juice in it. So you just strain that out and we just take the beans and throw the beans in a nice marinade. Right? You got to season the beans.
Sometimes I just need to hug my brothers.
You can't season the beans? How could you not season the beans?
I'm just saying you need a hug. That's all I'm saying.
That's not a thing?
I'm not saying that you cannot season the beans. You can season everything. You can season a tuna fish sandwich or a peanut butter and jelly sandwich if you want to. You can season anything. But I'm just saying sometimes you, as one black man to two others, as a group of, sometimes we need a hug. Sometimes that's all. Sometimes we need a hug.
Don't do that with the canned beans? Oh, man. All right. So we can't do that. So how are we going to make the rice taste good? Cilantro lime rice. Okay, I see that here. Vegetable oil, saucepan. Vegetable oil, okay, that's not good, right? We can't do that. I'm pretty sure we can't do. We got to do the olive oil, right? We gonna do the olive oil. We gonna get back to GLP-1. I just want to make sure.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
I just want to make sure. Well, you know what I mean?
You got the rapeseed oil with the frozen taco mix with the can.
There's no taco. It's no frozen taco mix.
This is all going bad.
It's just frozen corn.
But let me say this much. Regardless to where you get these ingredients, the problem from a Dr. EnQi perspective is that these things would still taste delicious. And see, that's how we cross the bridge back to GLP-1 agonists, because suicide has never tasted better. Suicide has never felt better than in our time period. You know what I'm saying? Like, these foods are, very easy to make. The people don't want to learn about the food anymore. They just want to have it right now. You know what I'm saying? So, we want to make it quickly, eat it quickly. We don't even want to know what it is we eat, and we want to learn. So that's where the problems come in, where we get ourselves in a situation where we're like, okay, well, now I'm taking 3-4 different pills with 2-3 different injections, insulin, metformin, boo, boo, boo. And in order to get off of these different drugs and medications, they have some more expensive designer drugs and medications that I could take, the Ozempic and all these other joints, and I can, and in the mix of that, I can still have, like my man with the half a bottle of, syrup on his oatmeal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can still put that together and,
I ain't front. I had Rice Krispie treat and coconut water in the gym today. I'm not going for it.
Wait. Hold on. Let me say this.
Tanei got a case of the gremlins.
No. And I'm not defending Tanei just because it's Tanei. But what I'm gonna say is,
it was calculated. Trust me.
That Rice Krispie treat and the coconut water, right? A well-timed Rice Krispie treat and the coconut water can be as beneficial or more beneficial than a lot of these
Pre-workouts?
pre-workouts that people was buying and spending a lot of money on. Because
Wow.
he might have slapped that Rice Krispie treat together right in the kitchen. That joint might have cost him overall, because you make a big plate of them joints. That one Rice Krispie treat might have cost him about 47 cents. And he might have spent his little $4. Well, we didn't got schooled last week, so now we know we can get 4 gallons of raw coconut water for $3 from Sis, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he might have had him a nice, he might have put that together in that. These pre-workouts sometimes don't be, they don't be much better than that. Artificial color, artificial sugar, splash of caffeine. You got you,
That's
you
true.
get you a pre-workout. So
That's true.
So he might have actually, because he made sure in the gym today I had, you know what I'm saying? So in context, it's not as bad as it sounds in the middle of the conversation where he just, busting out the Rice Krispie treats on us. Like, but
So sidebar, Vita Coco, because you were shitting on Vita Coco last week.
Oh my
Rightfully
goodness.
so. Rightfully.
Oh my
Hold on.
goodness.
See you finna jump off the top rope. I ain't even got to the ring yet.
My
Hold
bad.
on.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So Vita Coco does have a new formulation where it's actually just coconut water. It's not the tap water plus the concentrate. And they got new packaging and all that stuff too. So that's the coconut water that I had. I ain't have the regular Vita Coco.
Okay. So it went downhill quickly. I tried to throw him a raft, but now he didn't couple the Vita Coco with the Rice Krispie treat.
You can see it. You can see it. No,
Where
you can see it. They got a new one. It's just coconut water.
Where is it?
It's look up Vita Coco organic farmers coconut water.
Oh wow, that sounds interesting.
Organic
Vita Coco organic
farmers water.
Listen, that's like the doctors trying to distance themselves from their history of selling cigarettes.
And look on the ingredient label. Look on it. Look at what the ingredients say.
They put organic and farmers in the title. That's crazy.
They did put both. They got new packaging and everything. The packaging looks organic.
Now look at the ingredients.
Ingredients: organic coconut water. Wait, what does the other one say? If this one says that, what does the original say on the packaging?
Other. Just leave it at that.
Wait, hold on. Let's go to the original one. The original one packaging says, wait. Oh, coconut water, sugar, and vitamin C, aka ascorbic acid. So, what does that even mean? That's a concoction.
They got fake vitamin C. Right. No, because vitamin C is a complex. When you see vitamin C on processed foods, is a portion of the vitamin C complex that they use, not for its vitamin content, so they don't have to pay for the vitamin content. They just use the preservative portion. So
it's an incomplete vitamin C?
Right. That's why they specify ascorbic acid, because ascorbic acid is a strong preservative. So the preservative keeps it fresh where you could put it on the shelf and not have to really put it in the refrigerator.
And so that's why they had to start rebranding. Some places now, if you look at the formulations for vitamin C, they include rose hips. And they include rose hips because rose hips gives you the other part of the vitamin C complex that makes the whole thing together so that it can function like it's supposed to.
Shit.
Rose hips is the plant. But you can go rose hips, baobab. You can do a bunch of different stuff.
It's got 15 milligrams of sodium.
Yeah, it's different.
In the regular one, and the farmer's one has how much sodium? 70 milligrams.
Right, but so the farmer's one should
be high in sodium.
It has 1,000 milligrams of sodium. it should be super high in potassium to outweigh the sodium that's there.
Okay, so the potassium content is 470 milligrams in the farmers. In this one, in the regular one, it's 470 as well.
Oh, that's interesting.
But there's less in the artificial one. But we can't always look at sodium as a bad thing. This is interesting. So, all right. So we got a new Vita Coco to step their game up. The KeMedicine that made them step their game up. You know what I'm saying? That's good news. That's good news. My bad. So Tanei, what were you said you measured this out? The Rice Krispie and the coconut water was calculated?
Oh yeah. So it was a really interesting study that was done a long time ago, like probably 20, 30 years ago, that showed that people, when you resistance train, if you had intra-training carbohydrates in the form of Gatorade, actually.
Yo, hold on.
No, wait, hold on. Let me finish. So the study did Gatorade, and it showed that people that had Gatorade in the middle of a workout had 26% increase of muscle growth and performance enhancement than in placebo. So essentially what they think the mechanism is, so like EnQi has said before, insulin is anabolic. And so when you have these intra workout carbs, it spikes your insulin and it decreases your cortisol, so that tells your body to stay in an anabolic state even though you are in an exercise state, right? And it also provides carbohydrates for you to not have to tap into your glycogen stores. So you got a quick source of carbs that's available for you to finish your workout. And it also keeps the things that are catabolic down, keeps the things that are anabolic high.
I'm sorry, just 1 second. This is a studio emergency. I just need you two gentlemen to please check your text messages really quickly just now. Just please, just right now. I need you to just, like 911, I need you to just check your text messages right now.
Did you just dig up your nose?
Oh, wait a minute. I tried to text you so we could be in private, sir. You didn't have to.
Who is this to? Who are you asking that to?
You. What do you mean?
Did I do that?
You was not supposed to read that out loud, sir. That was a text message.
I don't remember doing that.
Bro, that just happened, bro. Like, I'm watching the screen and it was almost like it was happening in slow motion. I couldn't believe you was like, yeah, so the Rice Krispie treat was, you know what I'm saying? And so the Rice Krispie treat. I was like, wait a minute. Did he just, is that on the live? Did he just, what? Wow, he was having a solo. So, you know, the Zoom lens goes on whoever's talking. Like you was having a solo moment, and I was like, I said, what? I said, let me text. So I didn't even hear what you were saying with the Gatorade, because I'm like, wait, what just happened on the live stream? Like,
he's watching the train wreck happen.
Yeah, right. So I'm like, let me text right now. So we got the timestamp so he could get the edit, you know, the editing team to
the booster's gonna go crazy with that. That's wild. The booster's gonna go super crazy.
I wouldn't even be alarmed. I mean, because it was a good one, I'd have just ate it. If it was nice and squishy, just put that thing.
So, AJ has this thing, right, where he be doing some wild shit, and it's just like straight rage bait. It's straight rage bait. He wants people to react, and it's just we just gotta stop indulging it, man. We just gotta,
I'm sorry.
We just gotta kind of gloss over it.
Okay, so that's it. Just so you know what it is. I guess I just keep falling into the trap over and over, like. That must be what makes me the perfect counterpart on Tuesday nights. You know what I'm saying? Because EnQi's gonna fall for he's gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe every time. I'm sorry. So Gatorade, the Gatorade program, they was showing the workout when they had the Gatorade.
the inner workout carbs essentially are really good for helping you retain your muscle mass.
That's a certified fact.
So
that's so that's kind of that's absolutely what I was saying earlier with the Rice Krispie treat, you know, actually being better than some of these pre-workouts out here.
Boogers contain proteins, glycoproteins that help the body fight off germs and bacteria trapped in the nasal passages.
I know you did not just go as
so sorry. I have to apologize. Don't even say
you didn't type that.
No, don't even put it on him. Just put it on me, because I clearly I tried to save my man, because I'm thinking my man done dug in his joint on the live stream. So I'm like, okay, let me not even knowing that I done opened up, you know, Troll Express, you know what I'm saying? So now he's further diving into it. Like, well, it could have been seasoned up for the cooking show tomorrow. It could have been delicious. You know, if it was a little snot on it, it could have been, you know, we could have. So now he's looking up the benefits, the nutrition. Like, he done pulled a nutrition profile for boogers on the live stream.
Let me see that prompt. Put that prompt. I just don't even know. Put that prompt on the screen so we can see that. I want to see what you put up there, because I know what you did. I know exactly what you put up there.
Nutrition in boogers. Google Demon said boogers have virtually no nutritional value, as they are primarily made of water and trapped debris like dust, dirt, and germs from air. While they contain some immune proteins, the body needs energy to produce them, making their consumption a net zero for energy or nutrients and not beneficial or advisable practice. And it says they're mostly 95% water. And it says right here, boogers contain proteins and glycoproteins that help the body fight off germs and bacteria trapped in the nasal passages. Now, I don't know if that means...
Hotep ladies and gentlemen. Prompt of the year. You know, I don't know if anybody could have came up with a prompt like that to like type in the AI. I don't know if anybody's asked Grok that before. Anybody asked Chat GPT, Gemini, Perplexity. I think the language model was kind of confused too. Like, damn, did he just ask about the nutritional?
It says some scientists propose that eating boogers might introduce pathogens to the immune system, potentially training it to recognize and fight off future infections.
I just want to say this for the people. Because me and Tanei, you know, and I appreciate you, Tanei, on so many different levels. You don't even understand. You know, I know that, you know, the summer is coming to an end, and you know, you're going to eventually go back off to teacherdom. But I appreciate this, you know, time for multiple reasons, one of which is helping me to wrestle with HJ. Because people may not understand when they see what's happening. You know, they just trying to take this all in at one time. They may not know. See, now I have a witness, right? So I can say with a witness now, with the receipt, I can say, well, listen, family at home, I have a scientific article that's talking about, you know, health and wellness and, you know, the problem with, you know, metabolic disease in America. And I hit the brothers up, you know, last week, like, listen, this Tuesday coming up, we're going to go over the article and we're going to talk about this and that, blah, 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 blah. And then I get confirmation from the brothers that we're going to talk about this, you know, metabolic disease, metabolic illness. And then in the huddle at the last minute, like before the snap, like we literally on the 5-yard line, this is it now. This is the fourth down in the fourth quarter. We down 1 point. We 3 yards away from. Now, y'all done seen what happened before. They done went with Russell Wilson instead of my man with the, you know. So we right here, 2 yards. HJ hit the audible. HJ, we got to play now. We supposed to go with Marshawn Lynch. You know what I'm saying? Right? We're going to get. HJ calls the audible like, nah, we're not going with Marshawn Lynch. He don't even know how to talk to the cameras. Listen, we going Serena Williams, GLP, And then if it looked like the views is dipping, I got a plan where I'm gonna just trust me, we're gonna get this thing to go viral one way or another. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, people at home, I had the best intentions of educating you guys tonight. My brother Tanei.
Tanei was in the middle of a flow, and you stopped everything to text us.
I was contributing to that flow because I was saying that the Rice Krispie treat. Hold on, that flow started with the Rice Krispie treat, and I was saying I was giving positive reinforcement. You was trolling him for his Rice Krispie treat because you didn't understand the context of combining the Rice Krispie treat with the coconut water at the start of a workout. And so I was like, yo, listen, bop, 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 bop. And then when Tanei came in, Tanei said, as EnQi said, so he was confirming that I threw the alley-oop and he jumped up and he was catching the reverse dunk off the alley-oop. And I was trying to save my brother because I have so much love for the leader of Hotepistan that I could not believe what I was witnessing on the live stream and attempted to like deal with that crisis in private. I'm like, hold up, fellas, wait, take a second. Check your text message. Family, privately, go ahead and check your text message. Here he go. Oh man, you was digging up your nose. I said, oh, hey, don't read that out loud like that.
Chat. EnQi go to Uncle Hotep School of Gaslighting. He go to Uncle Hotep School of Gaslighting. The only reason why we talk about boogers is because he stopped Tanei in his tracks and told us, hey, brothers, check your text messages. One in the chat, if we all remember that happening, that he stopped Tanei right in his tracks.
One in the chat for that. That is a fact. That happened.
And said, stop everything. Read your text message. To where the text messages says, did you just dig up your nose, roll a boogie, and flick it on a live show? This is what he decided to stop the whole show for, to talk about my boogers. Then this is where the Uncle Hotep School of Gaslighting comes in. Then he says, I threw the booger audible while he ran the booger play.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
You see how I get in trouble for everybody else's antics?
No, there's nobody better at spin than Hotep Jesus. That was classic rare form spin right there.
No, sir. That's what happened. Tanei, can you proceed? So the Gatorade boosts your GLP-1 receptors. How it go?
What? Listen, family at home, let's just have a moment. Just take a shot of some bitters. Somebody got some bitters in the corner. Yeah, because the bitters that we have definitely are GLP-1 agonists.
American Healer website.
Yes, some natural GLP-1 agonists for you.
American
Not Gatorade. Or shots in the booty.
We're going to work on your digital marketing, by the way. Website is crazy work. Tanei, we got to tighten him up, yo. His digital marketing is...
Our website, that look like a site that's going to steal my information. Like, we gotta get you
unnecessary roughness.
Hey, it's out of love. I'm just saying, we gotta get you on track.
That is unique and original.
It's so unique and original. It's probably included in my school cybersecurity training. Don't click on that unless you want to give a virus to the whole organization and get fired.
No, sir.
Yeah, your website banned in 34 countries. All corporations flag that shit.
GoDaddy was like, look, this right here.
This nigga got his .com from GoDaddy. Oh no. Oh, we bad. Damn, they got you. Damn, yeah, we gotta tighten you up. Yeah, we gotta tighten you up. You tighten up the food, and we gonna tighten up your digital. Your digital footprint is crazy. This nigga said he got his .com from GoDaddy. That's insane.
So that's the frozen.
That's the frozen. Yeah,
taco.
that's the frozen vegetables. That's the canned vegetables of digital. Yeah. You bad. You doing bad out here. Yeah, it's so bad that when you type in your website, it doesn't even make it a hyperlink. Like if I type in .com, it'll make it a hyperlink. But if I type in AmericanHill.website, the site's like, no, sir. No, sir. Kick chat is like, no, sir.
What do you mean doesn't make it a hyperlink?
It's not clickable.
But that was a benefit. Because my YouTube, they wasn't letting me put it in the chat. So when I got the .website, then I could put it in the chat.
This is crazy. Shout out to Wear My Phone. Thank you for the 5 Camel Sid and Mavericks view. EnQi is hilarious. Oh my God. I'm sorry, y'all. All right, we gotta get back on track. Tonight was telling us about
the Gatorade and the workout.
Yeah. We finished that. We said that, you know, if you have intra-workout carbs, you retain more muscle mass and your performance is better during your workout. So good upper body workout today.
Intra-workout?
Intra-workout means while you're working out.
So Gatorade during your workout. Now,
not even Gatorade, just any carb source.
Sugar. Carbohydrates.
Any you know, carb, sugar.
So
and the harder you working out, the more simple the carbs can be.
Protein too,
if
you can find something to dissolve it in, like collagen. Collagen is actually pretty good to take intra-workout too. Your body gets to work with utilizing it pretty quickly. So. What
if I take some sugar and just like dump it in my water and shake it up?
You can. It's probably gonna taste pretty bad. But so some people do honey and a little bit of salt, a little bit of Celtic sea salt, so you can have electrolytes during your workout. Some people dates are pretty good.
Yeah, I was about to say that might just be a slippery slope of, you know what I'm saying? With HJ tonight, you gotta protect yourself a little. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna put. I got my water bottle here.
No. Because I'm just saying, with anybody else, you could just give a 100% honest answer. But with HJ asking, is powdered sugar okay for the workout?
No, not granulated. Granulated white sugar. Just pour that thing right in there. You said
you see what
sugar.
I'm saying? You see how it starts to go into.
No, so what? Because here's the thing, right? I want to go natural, right? So what should I put? Because all I heard was 27% increase in muscle intra-workout anabolic. Once I heard that, I'm like, I'm going to the store for some Gatorade.
Okay, well, there's no such thing.
And EnQi told me no Gatorade.
Hold on. There's no powdered sugar in nature.
We know you got to cut the cane sugar down. Then you got to squeeze it out. Then you got to dry it out.
Wait. Why you can't just have an apple or a date? Like, what are you?
I've been doing that.
Or Rice Krispie treat.
Or Rice Krispie. Wait, what?
Done.
A Rice Krispie treat and a coconut water?
Coconut water. Done.
How do you make Rice Krispie treats? You need marshmallows, right?
No, all you need is $5.99 and a Sam's membership. And you can just order that joint online and it'll come straight to your house. That's all you need.
Oh my God, to get the benefits of the sugar, but not of the natural, because he did add in that he wanted to go natural. I'm not sure that Rice Krispie treats from Sam's card qualifies as going natural. Even though I am saying that.
Is sugar going to give me this? Is Apple going to give me the same benefits anabolically as Gatorade?
Yes.
Really?
Not to the extent, but yes. If your goal is to just make sure you have intra-workout carbs, fiber, nutrients, apple, water, yes, it will accomplish.
So eating an apple midway through my workout
will be better than a Gatorade.
But that'll give me my intra-workout anabolics?
Yes.
Wow. And I won't have digestion, stomach issues or nothing like that?
Wait, what kind of workout you doing? Like
tomorrow's chest day.
No, you Gucci. Yeah, chest day. You could pretty much eat anything on chest day. Sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So,
You're not jumping
so you don't have to
around.
wait for like your stomach to break it down and
That's what I was just
digestion?
about to say. If you're not that, so the more simpler the carb, this is where the Rice Krispie begins to look like the more simpler the carb, the faster you get it into your
Into your
system.
system.
Yeah, but when you're in the
Okay.
gym exercising, you're not really burning fat in the gym. Fat burning doesn't really happen in the gym. Fat burning really happens more of your resting metabolism. Like in the gym, you're typically running through sugar.
Uh,
Yeah, in the gym, you're typically running through sugar. And so depending on how far you're going, how hard the workout is, how deep you typically go into glycogen depletion,
okay.
having some quick turnaround carbs is beneficial.
He did
I
say
think
fat
the
burning. He
time
did say fat
baseline.
burning. He said fat burning. We're gonna let it slide. What do you say tonight?
I think the time baseline for your body to actually start oxidizing fat for energy during a workout is like an hour. So after like an hour of sustained exercise, then your body will start to flex back and forth between carbs and fat.
Okay, so I got a scenario for you, brothers. Auntie Rashida just saw the Serena Williams Row commercial, and she said, "I'm about to go get my shot." And you want to stop her and give her another way. What do you advise Auntie Rashida with the big belly and the thick arms to do? She got a jumbo booty too. Her booty is jumbo. It probably should not be that big.
Well, you know what I'm gonna tell her to do.
You gonna tell her go to Amazon, add the cart.
Come on.
And then check out.
Come on, you got to come on now. Go to Amazon, add that book to the cart, and check out. I'm gonna tell her to get,
Rich abs, poor
this
abs.
knowledge. Yeah, I'm gonna tell her
there.
she gotta get some of this. Matter of fact, that right there, read the full title of that book right there.
Rich abs, poor abs. Bioelectricity, GLP-1, and molecular hydrogen.
You literally are holding the GLP-1 book in your hands.
I got the GLP-1 book, y'all. I got the GLP-1 book.
Like that's the manual right there. Like that's literally the GLP-1 manual.
I had it sitting on my desk and didn't even know it.
Somehow I don't believe that.
I had no idea. I do a lot tonight. I'm a pretty amazing God, but I can't keep my eye on everything. I'm watching the stock market. I'm playing chess. I got to raise these kids. Niggas got me cooking food now. I'm not used to that. What, you got the 42 laws of my in this bitch? What the hell's going on?
We got to get busy with the get busy, man.
Yeah, this nigga always gonna sprinkle some KeMedicine in his books, boy.
But that's where it come from.
You right.
I mean, the name of the show is KeMedicine.
And that's the root. Listen, there's a time period. No, see, look, we supposed to be having victory laps right now. I seem to be the only one to really get the universal like memo. I got I'm the only one that really got the universal memo that we supposed to be on a victory lap right now. Because for a long time, Kemet, aka ancient Egypt, there's certain things that Western academia used to minimize and denigrate and disrespect Kemet's scientific legacy.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those things is beer and bread. And and say, "Oh yeah, they was eating beer and bread. They ain't know they was that beer and that bread, that beer and that bread, and beer and bread and beer and bread and beer and bread." We turn around and we come to find out that beer and bread was made in a way, first of all, way different than what we have in the supermarket today, but hyper focused in on what we would call um, small chain fatty acids and your microbiome, aka your GLP-1 network. Your GLP-1 network, because that's a relationship between the digestive cells that you have and your microbiome. That's where the whole fiber comes in. And they were masters of it. Masters of it. So all this time, Western academia was laughing at Kemet because guess what? We didn't know what a microbiome was. This is one of the reasons that it's important to understand the scientific discovery timeline and when things were quote unquote discovered Western academia wise, because there's a time period where we're laughing at certain things and then quote unquote it gets discovered, and then all of a sudden what was a joke is now a $65 supplement that you got to buy because somebody said, oh, well, yeah, microbiome and, microbiome, blah, 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 blah. And you got to get, these microbiome supplements. And then the microbiome supplements wasn't working that well. People realized they was wasting their money after the first couple of years. Somebody was warning them, that guy with the gold teeth from the South Bronx. Somebody was warning they was wasting their money. Then all of a sudden they came out with the addendum and was like, oh no, your microbiome supplements require you to get another supplement for that. So where people was buying $65 probiotics that needed to go in the refrigerator, yeah, somebody listen to this right now. Is like, hold up, I was buying them $65 probiotics. Then they realized that the probiotics wasn't working by themselves. So they came up with a new thing called prebiotics. The prebiotics you got to get to go along with the probiotics because the prebiotics feeds the probiotics. Come to find out, folks were spending $150 a month on fiber that they could have got, that they could have got, just, like, hey, somebody was saying, yeah, you might want to go ahead and get some of that oatmeal and put a little, nuts.
I've been doing the oats. I've been doing the oats every day now. I got the oats in the smoothie now.
Yeah, easy peasy 1, 2, 3.
I love the way the bowel movements come out with it. All right, so I want to read a few pages from your book here, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. If there's at any moment you like me to pause and discuss something, let me know.
Okay, so he didn't get a Google demon real quick on the book. I like how he did that because a second ago he forgot the book existed. Now he done skimmed it. You know how you just scanned the Google thing? He done skimmed and found some jewels right there. He want to share with the family. That's nice right there.
So here we go. This is straight from Rich Abs, Poor Abs. This is written by a gentleman by the name of Chase Duquesne. Did I say that right?
Chase Duquesne. Yeah.
Duquesne. Oh, that's right. You French. That's right. Your island was conquered by the French. My bad.
That's wow.
That's the only island that did conquering right back. So let's just make sure we put some respect on the little tiny island of Haiti. They got conquered like everybody else, but everybody else didn't conquer them back.
Jamaica's in that list.
Yeah. Shout out to Bookman and yeah.
And Sharp, Sam Sharp.
Yeah.
My ancestor.
Yeah.
You see muscle as more real value than fat. Fat cells are the least hydrated cells in the human body. They are also the poorest performers with energy. The old idea of fat equals excess equals wealth is more deadly than stage 5 cancer. Foods that are poor in nutrition create poor abs. Foods that are rich in nutrition create rich abs. Rich abs create their own vinegar and GLP-1. Your microbiome and digestive do all the magic for you. You just have to feed them a diet rich in fiber. Your gut microbiome, the trillions of bacteria in your intestines, the gut microbiome, which is the trillions of bacteria in your intestines, don't directly produce GLP-1 because it's a hormone made by your own cells, but it influences its production by interacting with the cells in your gut lining. Here's how it works. A step-by-step breakdown. You eat fiber. Microbes ferment it. Certain beneficial gut bacteria like bacteroids, lactobacillus,
Yep.
bifidobacterium break down dietary fiber into short-chain fatty acids, especially butyrate, propionate, and acetate. Number 2, short-chain fatty acids stimulate L cells. L cells are specialized cells in your gut lining, mostly in ileum and in the ileum and colon. What's the ileum?
Just a section of your digestive system.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't learned about that. Esophagus, stomach. Where's the ileum at? Hold on a second. This is why it takes me forever to read your books, because when I come across something and I'll be like, yo, what the fuck is that? I need to know before we can't just keep moving on without knowing what the ileum is. You know what I'm saying? Let me see here. What's the ileum? Is that another name for the intestines?
No, you got sections.
Sections.
Yeah, you got sections and different types of cells. Sections, different types of cells, and then those different types of cells, different areas have different types of microbes. So there's a whole bunch of different chemistry that goes on in different pockets.
Oh, the small intestine is divided into 3 sections. Oh, duodenum. I thought duodenum was a liquid. Wow. Okay.
Nah, but it is some liquid activity up there because this is where a large part of the pancreas job comes into play. So the pancreas has more to do with your digestive system than it does with sugar metabolism on the back end. Only 3%, 4% of the pancreas cells is dedicated to like insulin. Most of the pancreas cells is dedicated to alkaline digestive juices.
One in the chat if you knew what ileum was. 2 if you never knew what ileum was. I ain't know what ileum was.
3 if you never heard of L cells.
3 if you never heard of L cells. You know what I'm saying? Jejunum.
No, jejunum.
Jejunum.
Yeah, we're gonna roll with that.
That sounds ethnic. That sounds like it came from Kemet. I ain't even gonna hold you. Okay, now.
Well, most anatomy is Latin, so there's a debate.
Right.
Whether that's a North African language or whether it's a European language.
Right. Well, we know where they got Latin from.
Yeah, because there's some Etruscan roots and some other, there's some debate around that.
Ask Herodotus, he know. All right. So L cells are specialized cells in your gut lining, mostly in the ileum and the colon. So the ileum is actually the part of the small intestine that's closest to the colon. Okay. And that's where the L cells are producing GLP. Okay. So if your small intestines so this is a small intestine issue is what we're understanding here with GLP-1.
And colon.
And colon. Yeah, your booty, you got bad booty. This is crazy. Small chain fatty acids bind to receptors on these L cells. GRP41G, No, I'm sorry. GPR41 and GPR43. What is that?
Got a lot of chemistry down there.
Now we got to stop and we got to look up what is GPR4 Tanei.
Shit, I gotta look it up.
Listen, I have a whole nother book that I did on
It's a
Clark Kent and
Superman,
what's my man name from Wakanda?
Black Panther,
I know, but the guy, the actual guy that played
Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, I did a book on colon cancer after they, because they both had colon cancer.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Clark
so
Kent, DJ.
right. So these are fatty acid receptors. Okay. All right. So now
G protein couple receptors. Okay.
Okay. So these are fatty acid receptors. Okay. So the L cells are specialized cells in your gut lining. Okay. And mostly in the ileum and the colon. And they produce GLP-1. Small chain fatty acids bind to the receptors on these L cells. Okay. So you have this small.
So basically, let me just say this.
So the fiber.
Wait. Before you finish, let me just say this one piece. So back earlier in the show, when I said GLP, when you said the street version, I was like the comedic version, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying the agonist part.
Right.
So this is where so it's not just GLP. What GLP is highlighting a specific type of receptor
Mm-hmm.
that gets activated. And then when that receptor gets activated, the cells then, that's like you flip the on switch and now there's production behind that.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a zillion different, cellular receptors in your body. And, when they're activated or you flip the on switch, a hormone is produced, a peptide is produced. And this just happens to be in that same pocket where now there's a lot of platforms and health places and there's a lot of news about peptides. That seems to be like the new, that's the new vibe, is the world of peptides.
Yeah, peptides.
But it's about stimulating a cell to produce a peptide. So anytime you have a molecule that stimulates a receptor, is called agonist.
Right.
So just so people don't get lost in the language, like it's just a word that means flip the on switch, basically.
So It's interesting too that like these are G protein couple receptors. So I actually just taught this in class earlier today. GPRs are one of the most drugged classes of receptors in medicine because they control so many different processes. So it's not. It's kind of interesting that this is also a G protein couple receptor agonist that's used as
a lot of peptides, a lot of hormones, a lot of enzymes. And enzymes used to be the go-to for drugs. Like there's a window in time where most drugs were designed to act on specific enzymes. But now it's broadened much more. But yeah, them GPRs, they play heavy in the anabolic and catabolic system of the body too.
So wait, what was you looking at earlier tonight when you was talking about the GPRs?
So today was the first day of class, so I was just giving a broad overview of the different types of things in your body that can be drugged. And GPRs just happen to be the highest class. I think it's over 30% of the drugs that are on the market target G protein couple receptors.
What?
Yeah, so G protein couple receptors essentially. So you have this unit of there's three different parts to it, and it's called a G protein couple receptor because the sugar nucleotide for it is guanosine, is some kind of guanosine phosphate derivative. So you have GDP and GTP. So GDP is guanidine diphosphate or guanosine diphosphate. GTP is guanosine triphosphate. So that is the ligand that controls the on-off switch. So a ligand
That's for the bougie cells.
So when you exchange one for the other, that essentially turns that G protein coupled receptor on, and whatever pathway is controlled by that specific receptor will turn on when those two nucleosides switch with each other.
Mm.
Yeah, that's the bougie fuel source in your body. So most people, you may have never heard of GTP, but GTP is the Will Smith family member of ATP. So everybody's heard of ATP. But ATP and GTP are like the same. ATP is in West Philadelphia, born and raised. GTP is out in, in the suburbs. That's kind of how,
So
but it's the same kind of thing.
ATP, when they go live with Uncle Phil,
ATP is adenosine, and GTP is the guanine or guanosine.
Guanosine,
yeah.
But one of them is an upgrade.
Kind of, because you get more like certain types of more sophisticated cells. You'll see the GTP, like
it's kind of a side grade, not a
Yeah.
strict upgrade. It's like a side grade.
Yeah, it's but the cells is more like
So it's like your bougie cousin that you know what I mean. They got a couple of different connections and shit.
Yeah, that might try to show off and play themselves, and then you gotta like call them out like you ain't no better than me, but they think they like so. Yes, that's how you can look at it.
That's interesting. Now my Illuminati, my Kufi is tingling right now. It's on fire because Tanei said the GPRs, 30% of drugs is targeting those. And here we are with Serena Williams, and we're back to GPRs. She an agent for the GPR drugs.
Wait a minute. And we got the 30% from Tanei. We got Serena Williams as an agent for the drugs. And we have the Poor Abs, Rich Abs book where they can go to Amazon right now and get them. We got to make sure we got to complete the trifecta. They have to know that they can, we're not in the woods in the dark anymore. We do have a source. We do have a source now where, we don't have to walk around and grope in the dark. You know what I'm saying? Like we do have a source where we could bring this information into our house.
So this is exactly where we're reading this from. GPR appeared in this book. Right here is pinned in the chat. So if you guys don't got a copy of this is I'm reading just a few pages here. We got a little bit more here left to read, but like I said. Okay, so this is interesting. Small chain fatty acids, which dietary fiber. Right? So gut bacteria breaks down dietary fiber into short chain fatty acids. Can I say small chain fatty acids? Is that not a thing?
That's exactly what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Okay. Because I just don't want to sound stupid. Okay. So short chain fatty acids, SCFAs. Okay. Now, those fatty acids have been created, or fibers broken down into these things. Okay.
Either term is you can use that.
Yeah, synthesized maybe.
Yeah.
And then those short chain fatty acids stimulate the L cells. And those L cells are in the ileum and the colon. And those cells produce the GLP. Now, the short chain fatty acids, which comes from the fiber, which is produced by the gut bacteria, bind to the receptors on these L cells and trigger GLP-1 release into the bloodstream. Okay, so we're all good now. Everybody should be a GLP-1 expert by the end of this. Part 3, GLP-1 enters circulation. Okay. Once released, GLP-1 acts on your pancreas to boost insulin. Brain to reduce hunger by stopping MCH. Oh, that's what them peptide dudes be talking about. And stomach to slow digestion. So wait. What is GLP again?
It's a peptide, and it's telling your pancreas do this. It's telling your brain do this. It's telling your stomach do this.
So what's a peptide?
So a peptide, and I'm sure Tanai can give you he'll give you more detail. But how I would explain it is so all of these things carry information. That's
Right.
the thing. It's information. We usually think of like interleukins or cytokines and hormones, right? But in between the world of interleukins or cytokines and hormones is peptides.
Mm-hmm.
So peptides can influence cells to produce specific types of hormones, neurotransmitters, or cytokines, or whatever the case. So this is just a space that is kind of, like, I ain't gonna say necessarily super new, but it's a new space in terms of money and, people being able to, enhance or, down regulate or up regulate some of their body's functions.
So a peptide is basically structured information. How would you teach your class on what a peptide is tonight?
Peptides are just short amino acid chain sequences. So like when we say peptides, we normally talk about really small amino acid chain sequences. Because when we talk about proteins, we talk about large amino acid chain sequences. Peptides are just the small ones, so like 5, 7, maybe 10 residues put together. But they know so you can have short peptides, you have polypeptides. Um, and so when we talk about it in a peptide fashion, we normally mean that it's small. When we say protein normally means that it's larger than, probably
You
close to
see,
100 amino.
you see this right here?
Uh-oh,
This
another
chain?
book.
Of course.
Protein, the composition book.
And so these individual peptides, the smaller ones, I mean, some of them can do like really, really interesting things in your body. Like your body makes its own natural painkillers, right? So enkephalins are small peptide sequences that are natural painkillers that work on your opioid systems, like leuenkephalin, metenkephalin. Those are small. I think they're 5 amino acid. See, they're 5 amino acid residues long. Yeah, and they work on your opioid system and they act as natural painkillers.
This is interesting. Okay, so GLP-1 is basically a short chain amino acid.
Yeah. Hormones are amino acids. Like, so when we say protein, a lot of time we don't really get into the, like a protein it could be
String
like
of
a
amino
broad
acids.
category of just a long chain of amino acids. So pigments are amino acid based, hormones are amino acid based. So yeah, peptides are amino acid based. So you have to have amino acids. This is where it gets, where I try to make sure that I give reverence and praise to the late, great Dr. Sabi, because he was the one who primarily negatively programmed all of our people to run away from protein and all conversations of protein. And then I have to come behind and tell everybody that is insane. It is not possible to regain your health or maintain your health without understanding proteins and making sure you get a good amount of amino acids in your diet for a wide variety of reasons. Not just to build muscle. Like a lot of times we limited to thinking that the whole protein conversation is branched chain amino acids for hypertrophy and building muscle. And I'm like, it's way more than that. Because even the receptors that we're talking about on the cells are amino acid based. So even when we're talking about the receptors, the G protein, the G coupled receptor, these are all amino acid based receptors. So even when your body's rebuilding cells, yes, the cell is mostly water. Yes, the membrane is mostly fat, phospholipids, but the receptors, the gap junctions, all of these other guys, you need amino acids for.
So the beauty of proteins is that the way that they fold, they make these structures that are like little locks and keys. So the protein will have a lock, and then something will come in and act as a key to open that lock and then turn something on or turn something off. And this all happens through electrostatic interaction. So electricity and
Come on now.
how these things,
Ooh,
positive and negative, match up with each other,
come
all
on now.
going through the body.
Come on now. Come on now.
So it seems like everything's a chain of amino acids.
Not everything,
Yeah,
but
not everything.
Give me an example of something that's not a chain of amino acids.
Phospholipids. Your brain is mostly fat.
So what are those made
Steroid.
of? What are phospholipids made of? Phosphorus and lipids?
Phosphates and fat. Yeah.
And glycerol.
What's glycerol made out of?
Sugar, alcohol.
Then you got steroids. Steroids are not protein or amino acid based.
Really?
Yeah, they're not.
So I thought.
Carbohydrate.
Wait.
Yeah, think about it. Your steroid cascade, a lot of that stuff comes from cholesterol.
Yeah.
And what's cholesterol made out of?
Sterol.
Sterols are what we call activated isoprenes. And isoprenes are like the functional building blocks of sterols and terpenes. And so terpenes are really, really similar to steroid class, or how can I say this? Yeah, they're really similar in construction to steroid class molecules in your body, but you can have monoterpenes, diterpenes, triterpenes, sesquiterpenes, but these terpenes generally have some kind of biological activity, and that's because they're made from the same carbon hydrogen units. But the enzymes that utilize them or use them will turn them into different structures, but they all come from like the same base 4 carbon unit.
And this is where you have a very thin this is where you just go back to the earlier, like, you know what I'm saying, for people out, you know, like photosynthesis. That's why I'm saying when you go outside of the photosynthesis chain of foods, then you gotta, you gotta try to supplement a lot of stuff that normally is in the photosynthetic chain. The photosynthetic chain got you covered. You know, if you don't know what we're talking about, tap one of your homeboys or your homegirls that's into the weed business. Your homeboys and homegirls in the weed business, they know all about terps. Yeah, they know all about terps.
Yeah, you try to get the weed that has the lowest terps.
Yeah, they know all about terps.
Yeah. So glucagon is in the glucose family, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. So glucagon is a peptide hormone produced by the alpha cells of the pancreas that raises the concentration of glucose in the blood system. It works in opposition to insulin. Okay. So this is it's a glucagon-like peptide. Interesting. Okay. All right. So now GLP-1, which is a glucagon-like peptide, enters circulation. Once released, GLP-1 acts on your pancreas to boost insulin. Now, ain't this going to be a little bit of issue with our, is it high blood pressure or diabetes? Diabetes people.
Yes and no. Yes and no, because the thing is it boosts insulin sensitivity at the same time. So the problem is not insulin. The problem is insulin sensitivity. Yeah. So so what happens is the more sugar you got, the more your body produces insulin. But if you have insulin resistance or you have some other issues that look like insulin resistance, like you might have a problem forming GLUT4 molecules, or you might be, you might have magnesium issues or just some other thing that looks like insulin resistance, it's not the insulin that's problematic. It's the fact that your body is not metabolizing those carbohydrates. So a solution is just get more insulin, more insulin, more insulin, more insulin. It's almost like an archaic solution set now, as we've seen 50 years go by and more insulin has not solved the diabetes crisis. But at a time period, it was working because if you got more insulin in, eventually it would open up the cells and get the sugar metabolism to start going on. But lowering your body's consumption of empty calories has had a much more profound effect. So the GLP-1 is able to talk directly to the brain and sort out the neurotransmitter cascade because so I think it was week 4, week 5. We had a big conversation about GLP-1. And so the conversation centered around these little loops that can become problematic. So you can have a problem where you have fat cells, right? And the fat cells produce estrogen, and the estrogen increases the fat cell more estrogen, right? Now, leptin can get pulled into this and form a deadly triangle because leptin will give your body and your mind a false sense of satiety sometimes based on calories, but not on nutrients. So you'll have this back and forth going on between melanin concentrating hormone and leptin. And leptin will be trying to say, nah, we good. We just had like 6 donuts and a half a thing of milk. And the melanin concentrating hormone is like, nah, we need to eat again because that's not what I asked for. I said we need some vitamin E, some vitamin A, we need some antioxidants, we need some, we need some, we need some like here's this laundry list of nutrients that the body needs. So I'm going to stimulate hunger so you can go and consume these nutrients. You in turn got hungry and got a pack of, whatever, some quick, high calorie, sugary, whatever. Your body ate that. Or maybe some General Tso's chicken. Either way, your body ate it. You were satisfied for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Then you belch, you burp, and then you're ready to eat again. That's because leptin told you was full, but then your body went and looking for the nutrients that you were supposed to have consumed and couldn't find it. So now your body is sending you another, like another inventory list. Like, yo, you didn't get none of the items on this inventory list. Go back to the supermarket. Like your mama sent you to the supermarket and you ain't get nothing off the list she sent you to. Go back to the supermarket now. And so you have this back and forth between, and so the GLP-1 is able to quiet that down. It's able to quiet that down, that back and forth between leptin and melanin concentrating hormone. And temporarily that works. Temporarily that works to get you to just lower your calorie consumption, and lower calorie consumption has benefit. But long term, if you have it, it doesn't matter if you have a lot of calories with no nutrients, or if you're using something to get you down to having a little bit of calories with no nutrition, you still going to have problems long term. Now, you might be eliminating being fat from one of your problems, but you're still going to have other problems because your body runs on nutrients. The same way we're saying you eat fiber, the microbiome breaks down the fiber and turns that fiber into something else. And then that something else triggers a certain type of cell to release another thing, right? That then goes through your body and targets the pancreas, the brain, and whoop to release another thing that tells your body this, that, and the other, right? So we can change that to you eat the fiber, the microbiome breaks down the fiber to short chain fatty acids, just like vinegar, right? So you don't need the apple cider vinegar, just the fiber, right? So your microbiome produces these short chain fatty acids. The short chain fatty acids trigger the cells to now produce glucagon-like peptide. The glucagon-like peptide talks to the pancreas, talks to the brain, talks to the stomach, tells the pancreas, okay, a little bit more insulin, tells the brain, relax on the leptin and the melanin concentrate hormone. That's also going to now stop the ghrelin, right? So all of that's going to be squashed once the GLP-1 stimulates the brain. And so now the stomach is at ease. You're not getting hunger, you're not getting cravings. Your cravings done went down. And so all things considered, if you stay at the same amount of activity and you consume less calories, that brings you to the good old buzzword from all of the health platforms, calorie deficit. You're in a caloric deficit now. So now that you're in the ever golden, ever popular caloric deficit, you should be able to lose weight. But lose weight is just like going to the store and buying something that says natural on the package. That doesn't always mean healthy just because it says natural. Just because it's going to help you lose weight doesn't always mean long-term health comes from that.
Like Weight Watchers.
Like Weight Watchers. You know what I'm saying? This is the modern, that's a perfect, this is the new improved Richard Simmons. Serena's the new improved Richard Simmons.
Yeah. I remember watching people get the Weight Watchers, and I'm looking and I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is not gonna help you lose weight. It was macaroni and cheese in there. I'm like, I don't know how this don't even look good.
But there were people that were successful with losing weight on Weight Watchers. A lot of people was.
Yeah.
It didn't make them healthy long term. And then most of the people gained the weight back long term.
Right.
So it's not like, and so the difference with this now is they're basically saying we almost guaranteeing your weight loss as long as you continue to inject this. If you stop injecting the GLP-1,
you're gonna go back to being hungry.
You're gonna go back to being fat. You ain't gonna go back to being hungry. You're gonna go back to where you was at and then some, because your body's gonna lose its sharpness. Like your body, all of these things in your body is like spar, like they stay sharp from sparring. So
wow.
Once your body stops depending on its natural processes and now you're reliant on the drug, you know. So let's go back into the chain again. Let's just, for 1 second, let's just go back to the chain again. You eat the fiber, and then
the microbiome breaks it down into small chain fatty acids.
So here's what I did in the book, right? Notice in the book gives you a couple of different types of bacteria that actually does this.
Right.
Because when we say the microbiome,
bacteroids, lactobacillus, and phytobacterium.
Right. But when we say the microbiome, it may not, like, we may miss the fact that the microbiome is literally millions of different types of families of bacteria.
Right.
And not all of them do the same things.
Right.
So if we stop using if we stop feeding the fiber, right? That means that we're no longer feeding. So those groups of bacteria that I named.
They're gonna go away.
They eat the fiber like we eat regular food. That's their food.
Right.
So the short chain fatty acids, we could equivocate that to urine, sweat, and feces, right? They're eating the fiber, and their product that they're getting rid of is something that we can use. So now if we stop feeding them, that population in the body shrinks. The more we feed them, the more that population grows. If we stop feeding them, that population shrinks. So now there's no assurity. Like, so that's why sometimes you need the specificity. Sometimes it's good to just speak as simple as possible so that most people get it, but sometimes you need to add the specificity so that way you could drive home certain points that'll be lost. If you stop feeding them, those populations might shrivel up. And so by the time you turn back around and go, all right, well, cool, I'm about to go start. Yeah, I'm about to just jump on this vegan thing and I'm about to go get that might just go right through to poop now because they gone now. You don't have those populations there no more. You done start injecting that thing and you done developed a whole bunch of bacteria that primarily responds to ketogenic diet, that primarily only responds to paleo or carnivore, because depending on what you eat determines the bacteria you feed. So everybody doesn't have the microbiome. Like when we say the microbiome, it's assumed that there's one class or just a stable class of bacteria that everybody has. No, depend on what you eat determines what type of microbiome you actually have. Yeah, so people that eat meat have a microbiome that's associated with that. People that typically eat a lot of plants, they have a lot of fiber in their diet. They eat, so you got to eat for what your goals are going to be. You got to eat for the type of bacteria you're trying to produce. You got to, you know what I'm saying? It's not just as simple as jumping on different health trends.
Greek yogurt, somebody said in the chat.
Yogurts is good. I'm a fan of yogurts and kefirs and some of those things that hardcore vegan traditionalists will attack me for. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a fan of certain honeys and yogurts and kefirs, especially for people trying to, like, not necessarily as a everyday, every time you go to the supermarket, just get a bunch of, because the yogurt and the kefir market has been commercialized just like everything else in the healthy.
Right.
So 85% of yogurts in the supermarket is just sugary, like it's just sugar and milk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you ain't really getting
I heard it make the coochie stink.
no comment. But they got some really high grade coconut yogurts now that's super.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Don't eat that yogurt, ladies. Don't eat that yogurt. It's gonna make it
definitely. Y'all might want to get some of that because that'll get the coochie together.
Don't eat too much.
The coochie together. Not that. That's
the yogurt.
Yes, the yogurt will get the coochie together.
You sure about that, sir? The good yogurt, not the fake yogurt.
Correct. So if you go to the yogurt section and you get the 6-pack of yogurt for 99 cents, there is a high chance that might have some blowback on the coochie. That might get, yeah. If you get the one pack for $1.99 or $2.49, that you on something right there.
That's the difference between the coochie stinking and the coochie smelling good.
Yes, because them little cups for $1, between $1.50 and $2.50, you in a nice quality zone right there. You read the ingredients, it's gonna be low fat, low sugar, probably high protein, and it's gonna have a good variety of bacteria in there. If you go read those other ones, they're gonna start off with fruit this and fruit that, 2-3 different types of sugar.
Mad Dog said she gets the oikos protein.
Oikos is a decent company.
That's decent. All right,
I don't know which one. Oikos is a decent company. I respect.
She said she get the vanilla bean one.
Yeah, I respect Oikos though. I don't know exactly what's what. They got a variety.
I don't know if that's good coochie yogurt. I don't know. We're gonna have to take a look at this. This might be bad coochie yogurt. Vanilla bean. It looks a little expensive though. This ain't no one. This is not no.
Oikos, I said, is a respectable company. Man.
Yeah,
they respectable.
All right, you good. You good, Mad Dog. Your coochie don't stink. Your coochie don't stink. All right. Just making sure. All right. All right. Let me finish reading this part. So, it's a great education, by the way. Everybody's learning that night. This is great. Once released, the GLP-1 acts on your pancreas to boost insulin.
Wait. I'm sorry.
What happened now?
No. I just want to elaborate on. No. Because you said it's great education. We all learning. I just couple quick questions. How many pages have we actually read so far in that book?
I'm at the bottom of the second one.
So we almost read 2 pages.
Yeah.
How many pages actually in that book?
224.
Man, so I just wanted to just an example for man. So we learned all this from almost 2 pages. Imagine what would happen if we happened to have read 224 of these types of pages. But go ahead back to I just wanted to just highlight that. Really.
Yeah, easier said than done. You see how long
roughness on the defense.
You see how long it took us to read them 2 pages, nigga? It's gonna take me a year to read this book. All right.
No, that's because you got me interrupting every 5 minutes.
Ain't that the truth? Once released, GLP-1 acts on your pancreas to boost insulin, the brain to reduce hunger by stopping MCH. Now we gotta look up MCH. See, this is the bullshit.
Melanin concentrating hormone.
Oh, melanin concentrating hormone. Melanin right back. The black god. And
I told you this whole GLP-1 conversation, there's no part of the anabolic, build muscle, lose fat, that there's no part of that happens in the body outside of the melanin system. This is why I always get passionate about the subject, because I'm like, yo, academia try to act like, they trying to act like this whole pigment, like this is the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is the pigment system. The elephant in the room, and it's not just like pigment system is not melanin. Melanin is just a molecule in the pigment system. When you say pigment system, it's melanin, it's opsins, it's globins, it's melanocortin receptors. That's another type of receptor, like the GP, like the G couple protein receptors. These receptors, melanocortin receptors, determine what nutrition gets in and out of cells and all that. Then you got POMC, you got lipotropin, you got your endorphins, you got testosterone, adrenalines, all of those catecholamines, all of these things are part of your pigment system. All of those things are part of the pigment system. So no part of having a healthy body is possible without understanding this system that literally runs energy using and energy storing. So this, to me, is the primary reason why we have a crisis in our society, specifically of energy storing and energy building in our, like all of our diseases, muscle failure and energy production, because of the fact that our medical system was established before we learned about these things. Seriously. We didn't learn energy metabolism till 1961, but we had medical school in 1765. So that's 200 years. That's 200 years of ignorance.
Shout out Willie Will. Thank you for the 5. Tanei, he's a black supremacist, so he always wants to talk about melanin. Is he right? Is he right about this whole melanin concentrating hormone stuff?
What's really interesting about that argument is that even in the book that I use to teach my med chem class, and most biochemistry books, they don't talk about melanin at all. Even like the metabolites, the how melanin is made, eumelanin versus pheomelanin, they don't talk about it at all. And it's such an integral part of how all of these systems work together. I didn't really get a reasonable understanding of the whole pigment system until I read Dr. Africa's book on melanin and it breaking it down into the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system. I was like, wow, it controls that too. And then like he started talking about it, I was like, why is this not in biochemistry? Like, why is this not in, classic academic books? But then you have to realize like who the books are written by. And like when you have people that don't have a vested interest in these systems, they'll act like it's junk or they just won't acknowledge it at all because it's not something that's a priority to them. But that's where all of the innovation, the discovery, and where all of the things where you can't find the link between something. Sometimes you'll look at something, you'd be like, there's it looks like it's two things that's unrelated. But every time something happens in one system, it happens somewhere else. And it's just like, how are these two things that
Yeah.
look like they're so far apart from each other? How are they always acting together? And most of the time, it's something in the pigment system or something in the melanin system that's connecting them that they don't talk about in the academic book.
Damn. Damn. Say hiding the pigments from us.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you could type in.
Colorism.
You could type
This
in.
is scientific colorism. Oh, I just made a term up.
You listen. You could type in melanin concentrating hormone,
I did that.
and then any other like food, any other term, and you'll see there's interaction, whether it boosts it or whether it, like whether it turns it up or turns it down. You'll see melanin concentrating hormone acting with ghrelin. You'll see it acting with leptin. You'll see melanin concentrating hormone acting all throughout the digestive system to regulate hunger and insulin and all kinds of everything. And then the questions would be like, where has this been at? Because that's what I got when I first started going down this diabetes rabbit hole and started noticing the impact of melanin concentrating hormone on diet and insulin and ghrelin and growth hormone and all that. And I start having conversations with like health professionals, nurses, and they would always ask me, "Where'd you get that from?" Because I didn't hear that in nowhere in my education. But
Yeah.
now that I look for it, I see it. Now that I look for it, I see it. It's right here. But how didn't I get this in school? I'm like, that question is important, but what's more important is the fact that people that are dealing with these diseases, people that are dealing with these illnesses, people that have chronic obesity, people that have chronic, they're dealing with diabetes and, they never heard of these things. And that's where the problem comes in.
Yeah, it's really interesting too. It's a pigment conversation. So like the other day I was trying to like switch up my little smoothie regimen. And so I was trying to find something that just produced more catecholamines. Catecholamines are really good at breaking down subcute and visceral fat. And I was looking at cacao. So that's just cocoa for people that don't know what cacao is. And not only is cocoa powder really rich in fiber for so I mean like one tablespoon of cocoa
Loaded.
powder, just Hershey's cocoa powder is 10 calories, but it has like 3 grams of fiber in it. But it also has another compound in it called theobromine. And theobromine is kind of like a caffeine derivative. It's not exactly caffeine, but it works on the same system. It's a lot milder than caffeine is.
It's the
You can
reason they
get like
calling it a
two
superfood.
you can get like 2 tablespoons of just cocoa powder in a smoothie, and you get like 300 milligrams of theobromine, and that like instantly starts that cascade of turning your white fat into brown fat, which helps with getting rid of subcute and getting rid of visceral fat, all for just like 20 calories. And you get fiber on top of it. So like you have these things that are really rich in pigment that are also helping with the energy usage, like EnQi just said, that these are really deeply richly colored things that are controlling these systems. So there has to be something with the pigments that's helping you use this energy and helping you get rid of the excess energy that you might be storing.
That's crazy because I take cacao powder all the time. That's like in my stack.
It's like with everything else, it's like a fat burning hack.
Wow.
Listen,
Especially if you like
I'm
chocolate.
telling you the main problem is that academia did not know the energy system for almost 200 years. So there's a part of me that could tap into my 15-year-old self listening to, Chuck D and Fight the Power, you know what I'm saying? But there's another part of me that goes, when we look at the timeline, this is more about ignorance and then less about racism, right? Because when 1765, when medical school is founded, everything is about Newton. Everything is about the laws of physics. Everything is about Newton. It's not until after Max Planck and Maxwell, the late 1800s, like after Abraham Lincoln, coincidentally, after Abraham Lincoln do his thing, 1860, 1870, in that period, you know what I'm saying? 1880s, where you have the science of electromagnetism and its relationship to light, black body radiation. Then 1900, they start coming up with the idea of quantum mechanics. Right after that, 1904, 1905 is when they start blood types, right? Now, if you don't know how these things are related, because again, the pigment conversation is gone. So you can't use these words to just get the instant trigger. You got to know what they're talking about. So Max Planck is studying black body radiation. That's how light is absorbed and re-emitted. Maxwell is studying what light actually is, right? So now, turn of the century, quantum is based on units of light. And then right after that, we get blood types. Well, your blood is pigment. So if you don't get that the blood is pigment, you don't get the relationship to 30 years worth of study in light to come into the pigment thing. So, but medical school has been popping already for almost 200 years. So then another 10 years goes by, we discover the first vitamin. The first vitamin is vitamin B1. B1 helps your body to break down carbohydrates. So now, while studying this vitamin, now mind you, most of the vitamins are classified as pigments also. While studying vitamin B1 and breaking down carbohydrates, that begins the study of a new science. That begins the study of a new science, which winds up being the Krebs cycle, electron transport chain, and all this and all that. So, because we don't even know what vitamins are till 1910, as we're studying the vitamins, we're beginning to study what the vitamins do. So, carbohydrate breaking down, that's vitamin B1. Now we get to vitamin B2 and B3. What does vitamin B2 and B3 do? Vitamins B2 and B3 carry what the vitamin B1 is breaking down. So when the carbohydrate is breaking down, you get the hydrogens that's being separated from the carbon. That's what B2 and B3 do. They turn into FAD and NAD, right? So now as we're studying vitamins, we're learning about this electric activity inside the cell. This is happening between 1920 and 1961. We don't get the term electron transport chain formalized till 1961. So my point in saying all this is your pigment system in your body is there to translate subatomic particles into energy and information. That's outside the laws of Newton. That has nothing to do with Newton. Newton dealt with physics. It's quantum mechanics that comes in with the understanding of subatomic particles. Our science, our medical school was based on atoms and up. Our energy is produced in the world of subatomic particles. Our energy doesn't go on the laws of physics, it goes on the laws of quantum mechanics, electrons and protons. That's why it's called an electron transport chain. So pigment is almost irrelevant until we understand that all cells depend on the translation of subatomic particles to become cytokines, peptides, proteins, hormones, this, that, and the other. The physics sits on top of what's happening at the energy space. So this is why cellular respiration is the most important function inside a cell. We don't know that though until later. It's not until we map out the electron transport chain that we realize that also is based on pigment. Cytochrome 1 or complex 1, like all four of the cytochromes or complexes are pigment based. They're iron based pigment. So we don't have a relevance until we understand energy inside our cells. That doesn't happen until 1961.
This is fascinating. This is really fascinating. Wow.
So this is why everything seems to be just open.
So that means that the quantum mechanic world does not operate on the laws of physics.
No, they beneath. Yeah, that's the whole beauty of the quantum mechanics and the whole turning science upside down thing is that, yeah, it's subatomic particles behave totally different than atoms, even though what we know of as atoms is totally based on subatomic. Like 99% of bonding is based on electron activity.
Right.
Right. But the thing is, hydrogen is different than most atoms. So when we go to energy for humans or animals in general, it's more about hydrogen than anything else. Hydrogen is the key factor. And hydrogen is different than all other atoms because regular hydrogen doesn't have a neutron. It's a proton and an electron, whereas the typical description of an atom is electrons balanced by protons and neutrons in the nucleus. But the fact that hydrogen doesn't have that traditional type of nucleus is what allows hydrogen to be used so easily for energy production.
Right.
Because it's that same electron and that proton which is moving around inside the mitochondria recycling ATP, and GTP for the bougie cells, you know what I'm saying? Let's not forget them. Yeah, it's electrons and protons that's doing all of the heavy lifting.
All right, let me finish reading this, right? So, once released, GLP-1 acts on your pancreas, boosts insulin, brain, we talked about MCH, melanin concentrating hormone, and stomach to slow digestion. Get it? These are rich abs. Bile acid metabolism. Microbes modify bile acids, which also interact with receptors like TGR5 or L cells to trigger GLP-1. Tryptophan metabolism. Some bacteria convert tryptophan into metabolites that may also affect GLP-1 secretion via serotonin pathways. Now think about having fructose and high fructose syrups in your food. They stop or limit tryptophan metabolism. Tryptophan, NAD, melatonin, serotonin, and GLP-1, ? That's too much to lose just for a sweet taste and a blast of dopamine. It's lost though, lost brain function, immune function, and energy metabolism. Lack of health is lack of wealth, right or correct? You got it. What are rich foods that help? Natural, colorful, and full of fiber like beans, onions, garlic, bananas, algae, oats, fruits, veggies. Natural yogurt and kefir does the trick as well. There it is. Those are a couple of pages. That's page 24, 25, and 26 of the Rich Abs, Poor Abs book. This is what you want. You want to know about Serena Williams and how she targeting your auntie. That's the book you got to get right here. Okay. That's the book. We taking down Serena Williams with this book right here. This is the Serena Williams takedown book right here. Rich Abs, Poor Abs is the Serena Williams takedown book.
You got EnQi conflicted. He mad at that. He mad you using that for propaganda.
Man.
He like, but I'm selling books though.
I was about to say, it depends on how it works out. We keep the lights on. We hit Serena with the clothesline and the leg drop.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
We got one more question. I got to get out of here by 11 tonight. I got the baby upstairs because ain't no mama around. Can we talk about how you can share unhealthy microbiomes with the people close to you? This is what Light Skin Keisha just sent in. Can we talk about how you can share unhealthy microbiomes with the people close to you? What is this?
Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, go ahead, go crazy. Because that's actually a huge question. That's not like a 4-minute.
That's a very loaded question.
Yeah, that's a big. Yeah, that's a big. Yeah,
that's a loaded question. I mean, in what context? In what context?
Listen, she just left.
What is she asking this? What context are you asking this question?
So look,
the chat said eating the groceries, eating booty.
Okay, wait.
Mouth to mouth.
Wait, yeah, I'm about to say that. So when you go to different people's house, you notice that different people's house have a different smell to it.
Yes,
that's because everybody has their internal microbiome and their external microbiome. And your house where you live at gets full of microbiome, like your living patterns you create, like the dirty guy on Charlie Brown. You know how he had
pig
a cloud?
pen.
Yeah, pig pen. Everybody has that cloud. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a cloud. You know what I'm saying? Like some people's cloud is different than others, but you don't smell your cloud. When you go home, your house just smell regular. When you go to somebody else's house, their house has a smell to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's just what that is. You know what I'm saying? Like animals, we live based on, that's what a tongue kiss is.
What's
that?
What
I'm saying? When you swapping saliva, the saliva's not really loaded. It's all of the little guys that live in, on, and around the saliva and salivary glands and on your face and in your you're exchanging a lot of microbiome with your partner. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why cats are good for your environment. Dogs are good for your environment. Yeah, because they have
microbiomes.
That we don't have, that they'll add to the environment to keep the bad guys at bay. You know what I'm saying? So before we go to licking booties, right? Before we go to licking booties, there's a lot of microbiome sharing that goes on before licking booties.
But if you tongue kissing, maybe you swapping good microbiome with good microbiome. Maybe we got a good exchange.
Maybe, but we might have a bad exchange, and then, but then it might just be perspective also, because this is what I try to explain to people. You know, like we have more adult conversations about the health, and I'll be like, well, somebody's got to be first, right? But your partner got to be willing, because there's a point where it's going to create a glass ceiling for you if your partner's not willing to go along with you. Meaning, if y'all eating crazy and then all of a sudden you get on the program and you start, well, I'm eating like this. Know that your taste receptors and your microbiome are temporary. They change with how you eat. And then biochemistry will reflect based on your microbiome population and your taste bud receptors. So there's a point where okay, you making some good decisions and woo woo, but then if your partner is still drinking malt liquor and eating pork rinds, and you had a, like a quinoa kale, you get one of them bowls from Hotep cooking. What's the name of the show tomorrow?
Cooking with HJ.
Cooking with eight. So you done went out and bought this $85 shopping list so you could be cooking with HJ tomorrow. And then homegirl, she done went with her friends and they done had Pepsis and pork rinds and smoked a few Newports. Now,
Wow, visual.
man, now y'all done got in the bed and y'all done went, 69 and you done licked everywhere. She done licked. Technically, you might as well have had that Pepsi, pork rinds, and Newport as well. Like y'all just, so yeah, there's a point where you do have to manage, your circle because, pay attention to their circle before they hurt. But it starts with you and it starts with influence, because a lot of times, just, to be devil's advocate, a lot of times what'll happen is people will watch conversations like this
Mm-hmm.
and they'll be learning some stuff, but they won't change their life.
Right.
They just listening to the show. And it happens. It's a time where we move into action.
Right.
But they'll listen to these shows. They might even buy a few books, but they won't read them. They'll just buy a few books for the support. You know what I'm saying? And they'll watch the shows and all that. And 6 months goes by, 12 months goes by, and they're like, you know what? I'm about to get my, January pull up. Oh, you know what? I'm about to get my act together. Woo woo. And now they start switching their life around. And then out of nowhere, they expect their significant other, their children, and everybody else in the house to start switching up the program along with them. And they getting frustrated because everybody else still want bacon and pork rinds and whatever. And they like, it's a conflict. The problem is you wasn't sharing the information as you was getting it. You didn't make a change soon as you saw one video or heard of one Dr. Sabi, Dr. EnQi, Dr. Tanei.
I did immediately.
We just watched you digging boogies and you said you was eating boogies. So we just going to just disregard.
No. I seen TLC Left Eye documentary. She said she went to go see some nigga named Dr. Sebi.
But you said you was going to eat a juicy booger.
So the boogers is 95% water. We need water, so don't even worry about that booger.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So we went to, as soon as I said, who the fuck is this Dr. Sabi that's curing all these diseases? I looked him up. I watched his videos and I made an immediate change. Immediately. I was like, wait,
but
what?
Everybody doesn't make an immediate change.
That is correct. I just want to make sure you know that Hotep Jesus did and does.
Right. Because your information threshold for action is lower based on other things in your life, how you was raised, other things you was exposed to. So you only needed a small amount of info to trigger and go, oh yeah, I got to get on that immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas other people, they need a lot more information before they get active. And a lot of times we just don't give the people around us that same ability to learn and make their decision, before they jump into. We just want I'm getting ready to start this diet up on Thursday, so I'm letting y'all know when I go to the supermarket, I'm not getting no more cookies. Everybody in your house is like culture shock. Like, wait, what? I don't even want to, like, I'm not sick. I'm good. You gotta explain it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta explain it. You gotta build them up as you building yourself up with the knowledge. Build them up so when you decide to make the flip in the house, everybody's kind of on the same frequency and people have a much higher success rate when they don't have to battle for refrigerator real estate with, crazy stuff. And
Willie Will said, over the last few months, my blood pressure is a lot better. The show has helped a lot, as well as watching some of EnQi streams when I have time. Let's go.
Let's go.
That nigga about to live.
W. Willie Will in the chat.
Sacred Soldier said, Hotep Jesus teaching his children about commit and mentioning Ivan Van Sertima on Joe Rogan changed my life. And that one EnQi episode with HJ where he went crazy on commit shit changed my life forever. Shout out to Sacred Soldier. Let's go.
W in the chat for that.
Yeah, W's in the chat. That's lit. That's lit, man. Yeah, man, we gotta make these changes.
Tanei, how much longer we got you?
I didn't ever say I was gonna stop. Y'all the ones trying to kick me off.
Let's go.
Oh, all right. So yeah, that's okay.
Y'all trying to get me out.
You know
I
what?
mean, hey, I'll go back. You know,
let me say this. Let me say this.
I'll be good. But
no, let me say where I got that from, because I might have just pulled that out of the air from my own deduction. Because we was waiting for you to come on the show because of work, and then you came on during, you're off, you off during the summer, so you coming on the show with us. I'm like, oh, okay, so I guess when he goes back to work, he's not gonna have time to, you know what I'm saying?
I was at work today. I had to teach the first day of MedChem today. I'm here.
Chat. Tanei is now on a part of KeMedicine. Let's go. W's in the chat.
W's in the chat. Man, I need that.
Let's go. Shut up, EnQi. Ain't nobody asked you. Let's go. Markel said, tonight I want a piece of the grift. Let's run it up. Let's run it up. Shout out to Cypher Clips. Cypher Clips already got some clips up. He been clipping through the whole episode. Shout out to Cypher Clips. We got some funnies out there. Hey man, tonight was a great episode. All you nasty niggas with bad microbiome, stay away from me and shit. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got Newport.
That just dug a booger on stream is bringing up shadow charges of being nasty. That's crazy. That's real crazy.
I got good microbiome, so my boogers is healthy. I got good boogers.
Shout out to whoever put that clip in slow motion with you flipping the joint.
I got good boogers. You ever seen that movie Good Booger? Oh, is that Good Burger?
That's definitely Good Burger, but people could wind up with a good burger that got a good booger in it. It's crazy.
That's what's gonna be on Cooking with AJ tomorrow.
Some good boogers. Tomorrow, Cooking with AJ. Hotep Jesus live tomorrow. EnQi, what time you going live tomorrow?
Wait, look. They're going to be asking you tomorrow when you're making them tacos. They're going to be like, where is his plastic gloves at last night?
I got a surprise for tomorrow. I got a surprise for tomorrow's show. Make sure y'all tune in so y'all miss that. I
don't know. I might go early.
Every time, by the time I wake up, I'm like, is EnQi? Did I just see that nigga live?
That's because you wake up late.
I wake up at 8 a.m.
Oh no, that's when I try to get it out the way early.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 8 a.m. I'm like, is that EnQi live? And I'll be like, man, I can't even think right now. This nigga's live already. Like,
yeah, I'll be trying to get it out. Because daddy's stuff be popping up. You know what I'm saying?
So you gotta get it out the way.
Yeah, now I got 3 in high school. So this is the first time I had 3 in high school, and now they're trying to, do
the high activities and shit. Clubs.
Take this one to band.
Yeah, it gets him more involved.
Basketball camp over here, band over here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, let me get up and try to keep these lights on first. Let me let the people know that purchase the books and send a little Cash App or something, send a Zelle. Let me let them know I love them. And so we're going to go wake up. God, we're going to give praise and worship. And then right after that, we're going to get right to the people to keep the lights on.
Got you. All right. Keys, I've been running everywhere for these kids. Yeah, these kids ain't shit. Fuck these niggas. All right, man. Great episode tonight. Let me, speaking of kids, I got to cut the episode short tonight because I got the kids here. Light skin, she's in Greece somewhere or Greek or something. She's doing something in Minyokos or something. So beautiful. I'm here dolo, single dad in it.
Yeah, so she's getting the actual oikos. That's where that yogurt come from. It's Greek.
Yeah, she's actually out there. Yeah, her family is out there. I think her uncle's like CEO of Nike or Pepsi or some shit like that. I don't know. But she got a rich, boozy uncle, so he flew her out there for her birthday.
With Giannis now, she supposed to plug us in with Giannis or something.
We used to get free Nike sneakers. I don't think he's there anymore, so I don't think we still got that plug. But we used to get free Nikes. I was kind of pissed because I stopped wearing Nikes, and then I had to hook up, and I'm just like, this is trash. You know, so my sons used to walk around with the latest Jordans and shit for free, and that shit was crazy. But I don't know who he worked for now, but yeah, so they out there.
So y'all got rid of the Nikes? Y'all supposed to still have them joints. What's that? What is happening with black folks? Don't take care of their sneakers.
Well, we stashed a couple. We definitely stashed.
There we go. Come on now. We come from the toothbrush era. We can put them things, put them things in the closet, clean them things off. Now.
We got a couple of collector items. I can't mention what we got. But we got a couple of things.
Dip the little toothbrush and make sure that you don't bleach it down.
No, we got untouched, like in the box, never opened shit.
Okay, even better.
Yeah, we got some of that. They got some of that, you know. But so EnQi tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Hotep Jesus live, 2 p.m. And you know, tomorrow's Pop the Balloon Wednesday. We're gonna talk about intersexual dynamics. We're gonna talk about the ladies, and after that, we're gonna get cooking with HJ. Probably around 5 p.m. tomorrow.
Whoa, what is that? What does that even mean?
What?
Intersexual? Is that another group of people?
That means relationships between men and women.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
instead of intrasexual relationships, which would be same-sex relationships, we don't deal in that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so we deal in
another group, because last I checked, it was like 65 accepted preferences. I was like, is that 67?
Now we dealing with XX and XY. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Thank God.
Yeah. So great episode tonight. A lot of information. Everybody's now a GLP-1 expert. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Get out of here. Peace.
Rolling through the sand like a thought in disguise. The scarab spins truth where the cosmos collide.